Hi, everybody. It's a pop up live. Welcome, my friend
Hey.
Nikita Rose. We are here and we are discussing. It's late night. We ain't got nothing else to do, so we're here to
Nothing else
talk.
to do.
Nothing else to do. So, what we're going to do is talk about tonight. We're going to talk about music, life, the J6 committee. My girl doesn't know what's going on, so I'm going to inform her. We're going to talk about
Mhm,
Roe versus Wade,
mhm.
and there it is. We're just going to hold a light conversation. It's after 9 o'clock. Babies are in bed. Let's go for it. Nikita, tell everybody something about yourself. This is simply Nikita Rose, and she's a music artist, independent music artist, and she's out here doing her thing. So let everybody know something about you.
Hey, my name is Nikita. Simply Nikita Rose, but everybody call me Nikita or Nikki. I'm a cool, laid back, down to earth type of girl. Like I make music and I sing, I write, I play instruments, I do a lot of different things. I kind of took a step back from it for a couple years, and that's what we're gonna talk about here tonight on
Yeah,
this show. We're gonna get
yeah.
into that. We're gonna dive
You
deep
kind of
into that
got you
a little
kind of
bit.
got you kind of got some feedback uh, on your end. Some feedback coming. It's like a echo a
Feedback.
little bit.
All right, let's see. Echo cancellation. How was that?
It's a little better. Well, let's. You know what? It's just a free night. Let's just go for it. Okay. I'm not getting ready to worry about technical things right now. I wanted you to let everybody know what you were doing as far as your music and your life and what's going on with the kids and how you doing, those types of things and anything you want to discuss right now. But we are going to discuss other things. But we just want to hang out tonight and get to know each other and get to know more about what's going on in the world. So what's going on? You can start by telling me what you want. We were talking about earlier. You didn't know about the J6 committee and what was going on with that. We are in trouble.
Yeah, because I knew about them attacking the Capitol, and I knew about Trump trying to overturn the election because he felt like he was cheated, and I know about all of that, but I didn't know that there were current things still going on regarding that topic. Like I didn't know that.
If you notice, every time he speaks, he talks about the election was stolen and the J6 committee isn't legit.
Mm.
And there are people that are actually coming out and speaking on it that he knew that he had not won the election, but
Right.
he knew he didn't hadn't won, and his friend that is on trial had just started what is it, the jury selection today or yesterday, Steve Bannon, and he
Wait,
leaked.
they taking this to trial? They taking this like
They
to
taking
like.
some of these people to trial. Some of these people are going to go to jail because they were in on it. And
Mhm.
he let people know that Trump knew he wasn't going to win, but was going to say that he won anyway, just to throw, some crap in the game. And that's what they are doing. And I think that if people don't wake up, we are in a lot of trouble. We're in a lot of trouble because
Yeah.
there are people out there that believe that the election was stolen, and it was not. One thing I know for sure, me and my daughter voted for what is his name,
Biden.
Biden, not because we wanted to vote for Biden, but because he was better than Trump. We know we did not want Biden. Still
Mhm.
don't want Biden because he's
Mhm.
not he's not for our people. He's
And
not.
you And you want to know something? Like, I ain't even gonna hold you. Like, I really don't be keeping up with politics like that the way that I should. Like, I feel like it's important for you to know what's going on in your community, what's going on in the world around you. But the way I was raised, mama, I don't be keeping up with that shit. I don't vote. Like, I try to remain neutral to the whole thing. Like, I like hearing people's point of view when it comes to the topics,
Mhm.
but I never really got that deep into it. So it's interesting that we having this conversation now because it's like you putting me hip to game on things that I ain't even know. I mean, I know about the basic major events, you know,
Right.
of course, but to get like deep into them, I never took the time to do that. So this is about
But
to
you
be an
know what? I'm
interesting
gonna tell you
topic.
something. I thought, okay, I thought at one time in my life that I was going to be a Republican. I'll be completely honest. Democrats have never really uh they don't have no follow through. They have no follow through.
Mm.
Democrats only come around when they want the black vote. They tell black people what they want to hear, what they think they want to hear.
Yeah, that's how I feel
Okay,
like
that's the only time
Democrats
they
be
come
too.
around. And when people really, really, really think about it, Biden only got into the White House off of two half black people. I'm gonna lay it out
Yeah,
there. Okay, he followed in on the coattails of Obama.
he knew what to do.
Exactly. And he brought this broad from up there in California, another half one. I don't know why you didn't get any notifications, Abby. I don't know where the notifications are. And I did a pop up. I did a pop up live. That's why, darling. That's why I did a pop up live. But yeah,
Oh, I see. What up,
yeah,
Heavy?
yeah, I did a pop up live. So yeah, because there were things that I know that I'm not alone in thinking these things, and there had to be somebody else out there that, I mean, since Jasmine has been gone,
Mm.
I started thinking about things differently, and the things that affected her while she was here that I really pushed to the back of my mind, because I really didn't think that politics didn't affect me, you know. But then when I
Yeah.
think about it, it did. It really did affect me. But I was so busy trying to survive as a single parent that
Hmm.
I didn't think about the same thing that you're talking about. I tried to stay neutral, okay? But,
Exactly.
but at the way it is now, we cannot afford to stay neutral, honey. Okay, when I look at what you girls are going through, okay, because I'll be 60 years old in August 7th. I'll be 60 years old. Okay, and
Okay, Leo.
Leo in the house. But what I'm saying is that I see things differently from what I did when I was in my 20s.
Yeah.
Okay, I see things way differently, and I worry for girls like you, because you are a girl compared to a 60-year-old woman, and I just don't like what I see you, the things that your daughters. You have daughters, and
Three of them.
you August the 5th, heavy. Heavy say he's August the 5th. I knew we got along for a reason.
Uh-huh.
Leo season. But your daughters, you have to think about the reason why I'm bringing this to you is because you have to think about it. I'm going to tell you something.
Okay.
I was abused as a child,
Mm.
sexually.
Oh, wow.
My
I'm so.
daughter was abused as a child, sexually,
Mm.
and went through a rape as a preteen. We did. And it's not a joke, because
At all.
at 3 and 4 years old, I was being, okay, by two uncles, my family. Just imagine. Now there's a 10-year old he was from Ohio, who was hard, got pregnant, and they would not let her have an abortion
See, and
at 2 years old.
that's what irritate the hell out of me. That's what irritate the hell out of me. Cause I
Now
feel like
see,
when it comes now think about the trauma that little girl had to go through
exactly.
carrying that baby.
That is what I'm talking about. The trauma of having a child from a violent attack. So that's why I want to touch on Roe v. Wade and what it is doing to people. And I'm gonna be real honest about that. I
Mm.
didn't take it seriously because I'm already bitter because I'll never be a grandmother.
Oh.
Okay, I lost my daughter. She was 27 years old.
Mm.
So I I'm bitter. honest,
Yeah.
I'm bitter. I'm
Yeah. You
angry.
mad. You
Yes,
like, damn, why my baby? Why this had to
you know
happen
what
to
I'm saying? But I mean,
me?
so she never, we were talking to, she has items in our house that she bought for babies that she hasn't even got a chance to have yet. We had named her children. We were into it. We were looking forward to her having babies. So I look at this as kind of glad that she didn't, because they would be here without their mother.
Yeah.
That's my mind saying that. But then when I think about it, I'm thinking, okay, wait a minute. What had she had got pregnant doing those things that had happened to her at that age? What if I had been that 10-year-old girl and they
Exactly.
made me carry a baby? I mean, seriously, is that what we're doing to our children? Is that seriously what we're doing?
I just cannot wrap my head around the fact that there is grown men that look at these little girls the way that they look at. Like, if you ask any woman, no matter what age she is in her life, how
Hmm.
old was she when she first felt like she was objectified? She gonna tell you something that came from her childhood or her preteens. Guaranteed. Guaranteed, because it's like it starts so early for us, and a lot of men don't understand that. That's why a lot of women don't be liking to get hit on like that or anything like that, because the trauma that came from them having to go through that when they were younger, that shit sets in, and it's like, I don't know, like, leave me alone, don't talk to me.
Exactly. Exactly. Now, see, some people when they go through that type of childhood trauma, they react to it differently. For
Mhm.
me, for me, it made me not want a relationship at all with anyone. I'm good. I don't want to be touched. I don't want to kiss. I don't want to do none of that.
Mm.
And I'm 60 years old, and I don't care about a man. I really don't. Um, I I hate that I feel that way,
Yeah.
but everything that happened to me was done by a man. You understand what I'm saying? So it's hard for me to understand why people protect the pedophile. You notice in the hood, you think
Especially,
about it,
he was a
especially
good
in the hood.
man. He gave us a lot of money. He looked out for us. Woo, woo, woo. That still does not excuse what the hell he did.
Exactly, it does not. Not because then you got these men. You know what? I'm in the real. You know what? Have you just said, "Mom, you're in a relationship with God." That's enough. And
Yeah,
you know what?
all you need.
See, that's a whole nother subject that we could be talking about.
That's a whole nother
That's a
right. This shit gonna
whole
keep
nother.
rolling and rolling
No. Because where was God when I was being raped?
yeah, you have like some anger and bitterness towards God. No,
I mean, seriously, because that's what it was. And when I think about all the things that's going on in the world, and now that I'm actually looking at stuff, it frightens the hell out of me.
yeah,
Because you don't know who's who. I mean, that's even to the people that have the same last name.
I'm scared for the people having babies now, like in this world today.
I mean, really, being honest, because
I
uh,
cannot see myself having a baby in today's world. I'm so glad it's like, I regret having kids as early as I did, but I'm glad that my kids are at the age that they are now.
how old are you,
Because
baby? How old
my
are your baby?
oldest, Natalie, she's 12, and my twins,
Okay.
Jasmine and Janae, are 8.
Oh, okay. See, I had Jasmine when I was 31. So
Mm,
I was one of the old. My doctor told me I was one of the older mothers, and I didn't understand that. What are you saying? Old? I'm not old. I'm 31. He said, "Well, when you
right.
leave out of this appointment, go outside and look in my waiting room. Just look around." And when I went out there and I looked around, I was like, "What the hell?" 14, 15, 16.
It's getting younger and younger.
Had
Yeah.
a cousin, and being dead ass, I had a cousin that had a baby. I think she was 11.
11?
We're not gonna do, girl. That's a whole. And the man was
I
26.
wasn't even thinking, but I was outside running around with my
26,
little
girl. It was
friends when I was 11. Like,
I was still trying to get my mama to buy me Barbie dolls. Do you hear me? Even though
Yep.
those things had happened to me, I
Yep.
was still trying to get my mother to buy me Barbie. Hey, boo. Hey, bossy, how you doing, baby girl? I'm glad you stopped in.
Hey,
Yeah,
bossy.
yeah, she's here with us. Yeah, she always supports me, and I love her to death.
Hmm.
But yeah, for me, with this Roe v. Wade thing, okay, I look at that and I'm like, you are forcing people to have children from a traumatic event, and who's making these decisions? Old ass white men. Nancy Pelosi with her old ass, she not about to have no baby. She don't give a
Right.
she not she don't give a
Right.
damn.
And it's
Okay,
like, how you gonna tell me what I can and can't do with my body? Like, to be honest with you now, if I was to get pregnant today, I don't know what the hell I would do. I don't
right.
know if I would keep it or I don't know if I would get rid of it. But back then, because I grew up in such a religious household, back
Hmm.
then, when I got pregnant with my oldest, like I didn't think about having an abortion or giving her up for adoption because it wasn't that type of situation that she was conceived in.
Now, see, I can touch on that.
Mm-hmm.
I've had so many things happen to me. First of all, when you talk about adoption, that is another trigger for me because I'm a throwaway baby.
Oh, oh, okay.
Okay, I
Yeah.
mean, when I say throwaway, I mean
Mhm.
I feel like throwaway. The woman that gave birth to me was actually messing around with her husband and gave me away to the hood grandma, the hood granny. You know how you have hood granny
Mhm.
that
Mhm.
everybody go talk to. Well, she
Mhm.
gave me away to her, not a relative. She gave me away to the hood granny.
So just some random good woman, basically.
Yep, basically,
Basically.
but just so happened she was a good woman, had a
Mhm.
good son, and who had a girlfriend.
Mhm.
The girlfriend was 19 at the time, which would end up being my mother. The
Mm.
woman was 77 years old
Yeah.
when my birth mother gave me her for Christmas. Actually, in a letter, Merry Christmas. It was wild. I'm telling you, my life has been wild, and people don't understand me, but you don't know what I've been through and what I have, what triggers me. You know what I mean? And I didn't know I had these many triggers. Okay, so
Exactly.
when you talk about adoption, I have a problem because even as a kid, before I knew I was a throwaway baby, I had a
Mhm.
problem with women that gave away their children.
Yeah.
And this is before I knew that I was a throwaway. Okay,
Yeah.
I've always had a problem with you carried a baby for 9 months and you didn't want it. See, I'm on both sides. I still feel like women should be able to have abortions. I still feel like that. I still feel like it's your right to do whatever the hell you need to do in your situation.
Exactly.
I kind of wish she had had an abortion because my daughter wouldn't have had to, I wouldn't have been here to make my daughter go through what she went through.
Mm.
I look at it that way.
Yeah. I can see that. It's just unfortunate that you have to view something like that in that type of way because, like, I don't look at it like that. Like, I look at it as you were meant to be here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you were meant to be here. Like, there was something out there protecting you.
And I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
And now and like now since Jazz has been going, there have been some things that happened that I know for a fact it had to been her. I have three bullet holes, three AK-47 bullet holes in
Bullet holes.
bullet holes over my
Oh,
bed
from that one day?
from that day that I told y'all. I said
Mm-hmm.
they
Mm-hmm.
shooting, and
Mm-hmm.
they almost shot me. I was standing in front of my window, happened to look out the window because I was going to go to the store, and all I saw was like dust particles flying at me. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And because I'm confused, I'm standing there and I'm confused, and
Yeah.
all I see is this light flashing, and I didn't know I'm looking at a gun. I didn't know that. I had no idea, and all I heard was "Mama laid down," and I'm telling
Mm-hmm.
you, that's exactly what I heard was "Mama laid down," and I I just laid back. It didn't even matter if I laid on the floor, but I ended up on my bed. And I told my son-in-law, I said, that was Jazz. That was her telling me, get bitch, if you don't get your ass over there somewhere and lay down, okay? But I'm thinking of it, all that, a lot of things trigger me, and that's why I have a hard time going live.
Yeah.
I have a hard time going live because it's so many things that stop me from doing what I know I want to do. Now, I'm sitting here with you and I'm loving it. I'm loving talking to you and I appreciate you.
Glad.
I'm
I'm
glad
glad.
that you're here to tell your story
Mhm.
and get your feelings out. And I'm glad that we can communicate. And that's
Mhm.
what it's all about, communication between humans. Uh,
Exactly.
that's what it's all about. And like I said, with the Roe versus Wade, it just really bothered me because you're you're making women have babies that they. I think about something that somebody said to me. What if your mother had kept you in the house where her husband was and something had happened to you? Well, something happened to me anyway.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Something happened to me anyway.
Like that don't matter. Like if somebody wants to do something, they're gonna find a way to do it.
Right. So just because she didn't keep me in her home does not mean something wasn't going to happen to me. Something did. Some terrible things did happen, and it changed who I was. I don't like being around people. If I have twins, can I drop them off at your house? Yeah, you can drop them off at my man. Look, heavy. You know what? I want the babies. I do. I really do. I want Jasmine's babies, but I'll take babies. I mean, because they need to be protected. And but the thing about it is now that I don't want to overly mother anybody because I don't want anybody to think I'm trying to replace Jazz with them. Because
Yeah.
Jazz can't be replaced ever. She can't be replaced. But I'm thinking about you guys and what you're going through now. I look at your eyes and you got some big, pretty brown eyes, girl, gone. But anyway, I look at
Thank
your eyes
you.
and I see sometimes I see the sadness when you post. I can see this, I can feel not see it, but I can feel it. I can feel the pain and the struggle.
Yeah, because I done been through a lot in my short little life. I just turned 30 in May.
I pay
And
attention
I've
to
been
it.
through a lot.
I know, darling, and that's why I wanted to talk to you.
Hmm.
Because I just felt like you needed to know that somebody's out there thinking that they're wanting you to be okay. And I'm one of those people. I want you to be okay. I do. I really do. You know, and I wish the love that I had in my heart for Jazz, I could just spread it out amongst everybody.
Yeah.
Because she was really a loving person. I hate what the government is doing. You know, everybody, mama. I'm not everybody, mama. Jazz used to say that. Jazz used to say I was everybody, mama. But I guess that's what I'm here for.
Because she used to know how loving you were. You've always been loving and supportive of
But you
me.
know what?
That's why I've always stayed around you.
That's something else I want to talk to you about. You and your girls. There are going to come some times when you guys are not going to get along.
Girl, I have a 12-year
Girl,
old. You
and
ain't
I
telling me
know for
nothing
a
I
fact
ain't seeing.
that you're going to be days where you're going to say, "What the hell?" You're going to really want to fight them.
Yeah. And me and her are the same height now.
Oh, oh yeah,
So she be taking me there sometimes.
I
Like
know.
it's this. It's not
It's
necessarily her
but guess what
behavior because
it is?
she's not a
But guess
bad
what?
child, but she's so smart, and it just I be like, girl, but she every bit of me. She
That's the
is every bit
problem.
of
That
me at
that is
home.
that. Now, let me tell you something. That's the issue. You cannot a woman when she has a daughter and the daughter is just like them. It is hard. It is hard.
It is
I'm
hard.
telling you because you're arguing with yourself, just younger.
Exactly.
Okay, and my mother before she passed away, she said when Jasmine was little, like 3 and 4 years old, she said Jasmine's going to be worse than you. I said, you know what? I ain't worried about what you saying, old lady. I wasn't worried about it, but then when Jazz started repeating my words and acting out the way she acted out, I didn't understand that it came from the trauma, but I didn't find out that she had been things that happened to her at the same age that it happened to me until the rape happened.
Mhm.
I had no idea that there were family members that were doing things to her. She
Mhm.
didn't tell me until she got caught acting out. See, so for me, like I said, the Roe versus Wade thing, had that been, what if my child had got pregnant behind that?
Yeah,
How would I have handled that?
exactly.
I would not have made her want to have a no. You're not going to have your rapist's baby. I'm sorry. We're not doing that.
And it's crazy hearing, it's crazy talking about this now because like I never went through anything like that as a child, but I did go through the mental and verbal abuse. I didn't get SA until I was an adult. I was a grown woman.
Oh, okay.
I
Okay.
was like 23, 24.
Wrong place, wrong people you trusted.
Exactly. I was hanging
Mm-hmm.
around the wrong kind of people, people that I ain't had no business being around.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then another time when I was about 27, like 26, 27, when I was starting to work on my first album.
Well, that's another thing we want to talk about the music industry. The
Hmm.
music industry is a dangerous place for single women, for women, especially women. It's just for women. I won't even say for black women, but for women. Okay.
Hmm.
Um,
It's a
Jazz has music that she couldn't put out because it was being held over her head because she wouldn't lay on her back.
mm,
So I completely understand. The music industry is a dangerous place for women. Very dangerous.
yeah,
Because it's a male dominated field, especially rap, especially rap. And if a guy
especially.
and if a guy feels like you're better than him, he gets in bitch mode real quick. I'm telling you, there are more bitch ass negro grown ass men out there than you could imagine in this music industry.
Yeah.
And I sit back and I looked at it and I was watching my daughter go through it, and I'm like, okay, speed bump. We just gonna go around it. Speed bump, speed bump, speed bump. But it was always a male that made the music not be able to come out. It was
Hmm.
always a man. And then if you get another female into the circle, she's feeling some type of way because she's not getting they go by looks a lot. I don't understand. They go by looks. Let's just be honest about it. They
Hmm.
go by
It's
looks.
all about the physical appearance.
It really is. Okay. Because I'm gonna tell you, I was proud of my daughter, not only because of what her soul was pure. Uh, she was not, she did shit. I'm not saying she was a perfect person. No, she was not perfect. I'm not
Hmm.
going to tell that lie because,
Yeah.
but her mother wasn't perfect either. Okay, I'm not a perfect person, so I didn't expect to have a perfect child. But I didn't expect her to go through the trauma that
That you
she went
thought
through.
you was protecting
Just,
her from.
just trying to get the
This
music
world gonna
out.
do what this world gonna want to do, man.
Just to get the music out. It really makes no sense to me. How come these men, grown ass men, can't put aside their little wee wee for a minute?
Just for a minute.
Put your wee wee to the side, bro, because nobody's interested in that limp dick, dirty dick ass. Nobody's interested in you, okay? Because you didn't wash
Not
your
lip dick.
okay, limp dick, girl. I've seen. I'm telling you, by being a hood mama,
Uh-huh.
I've heard some of the strangest shit. Young man, 25 years old, taking them with little blue pills.
25.
25, girl. I'm telling you, being a hood mama is something else because you learn stuff about people that you did not want to know.
Listen, I wasn't raised in the hood, nor was I exposed to it until I was about 16, 17. I
Oh,
grew up in Romulus, Michigan, which is like just outside Detroit. So
I'm
about
Chicago. I'm Chicago.
you Chicago, so yeah, so but where I grew up at was the suburbs. Like I grew up
No,
sheltered as fuck. And then when I
no,
started
I'm straight
hanging
out
out with the
the hood.
wrong people in the other
I,
crowd and I
and you know
started
what? I'm straight out the hood. Not that. Yeah, dirty dick. Yeah, not, I know. It's not that I want. Well, when my dad was alive, I didn't know I was broke as a child. I didn't know that I was undesirable. You know what I mean? I didn't know that I was lower
mm,
end because my father worked. Even though he didn't have nothing but a third grade education, he was a black man that worked. Even
mm,
though he was not a good husband,
but
he
he worked.
but he worked and he was a fan. I could not have picked a better father, a better dad, because maybe I did get lucky in that realm that I had a mother and a father that cared about me, even though my originals didn't. But I'm
Yeah.
still bitter because nobody told me until I found out by accident.
Mm-hmm.
You know, nobody thought enough to tell me, Charlene, you're not really ours, and all that shit that was happening to you was because of that. And because
So how you
that's
find out?
my daddy got sick. He got
Mm,
sick, and uh, he had stopped. He retired from driving truck in Chicago, and
mm.
got sick. Uh, he was nasty. He was nasty. He was nasty.
He was a truck driver. That's all I needed to hear.
He driving a garbage truck. He was nasty. Now he had a woman over here and a woman over here and a girl over here and a girl over there. Well, he had two girls living with
He
him.
had hoes
He
in
had
different area
oh
codes.
a girl and was paying tricking and I'm dead ass. I'm not. I have nothing to hide. My daddy was who he was. Period. But I loved him, even though I knew he wasn't shit as far as women were concerned.
I was trying to hold it.
You know, I'm being dead ass. I knew he wasn't. He was man. My father, man, he was look. I would go get my what you call that when you go get your money from your parent or whatever your what is that,
Allowance.
your allowance, okay. Our
Mm-hmm.
father lived 4 blocks away from us,
Mm-hmm.
okay. So I would walk from 55th in King Drive to 59th in Wabash to his house, maybe 6 or 7 blocks,
Mm-hmm.
and the girls would be already there that he's getting ready to do for that day. I'm listen,
It's crazy what you peep when you get older.
man, listen. And they were already there, so it would be two girls already there when his guys, that his friends from his job would be there. All these older
Mm-hmm.
guys, right? So I come in and I say, "Hey, Daddy, how you doing?" And they didn't know. No, they didn't hear me say, "Hey, Daddy." Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And his friend looked at me and said, "Yo, she joining the party?" And my father's head whipped around. He said, "I swear to God, the
Yeah.
shit that I'm about to do to these girls, I wish somebody would do that to my daughter." I said, "Wait a minute, what the hell am I stepped into?
Right.
What the hell is going on?" He said, "Because these bitches about to get it." And they sitting there.
Waiting.
I'm like, what the hell? What the hell is happening here? But let me go on and mind my business, get my little
Mm-hmm.
$50 and take my little happy ass back home.
Mm-hmm.
And that when I got home, I said, "Mama, your husband nasty."
No, you
What was up?
did.
I knew what was up. That was my dad, though. That was my dad. So, but I didn't. It is what it is. I knew he wasn't nothing as far as is, and I didn't. I never told him that those things happened to me. That his brother and his brother-in-law did those things to me. I never told him because at the time that it was happening to me, I was told if you tell, they're going to take you from your parents. And if you tell that to a 3 or 4 year old, 3, 4, 5 year old, they're not going to tell nobody nothing because they don't want nobody to take them from their parent.
They
See,
gonna believe it. Hold on, hold
exactly.
on, hold on. Yes, you got a problem. What's the problem, baby? Okay. All right. Hang on a second, okay?
Yeah,
I
but
don't.
yeah, that's why a lot of these things trigger me because I know what I went through in my childhood. And that's why the Roe v. Wade triggers me. And the fact that I'm listening to a story today where a woman had to carry a dead fetus in her body for 2 weeks.
A dead fetus. Do they
A
understand
dead
how hazardous
fetus
that
in her
is?
body for 2 weeks because she could not get the procedures because abortion has been outlawed. They're not doing any procedures, which makes no sense to me. So your life is in danger. Your doctor now can go to jail for doing a
Hmm.
life-saving procedure.
Yeah.
Nobody's thinking about that. Hey, sis, love you. Hey, baby, love you to the moon. I'm on the clock. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. I don't get it. What is the? Why do people think that they should be able to tell you what to do in your bedroom? Like now they're going to since they've overturned Roe v. Wade. These are things you need to know. They're going after gay marriages.
Hmm.
Okay. Now, since Clarence Thomas wants to go after gay marriages, I'm saying, well, Clarence, you married to a whole white woman. Let's go after mixed marriage.
Yeah.
You want after everything
Because
else.
if y'all want to take it there, we should take it
Hey,
there.
since we want to mess with people's lives, let's go after that white woman you with. You know, since we want to
And
mess
they
with
don't
people.
be thinking about that. They don't be thinking about that. They so worried about trying to control us and what we got going on and what we doing.
You were talking about the Bible earlier, and you was in church and everything. I grew up in the church. My mother went to church all day Sunday. Was in there on Wednesday, Monday, Thursday,
Mm-hmm.
choir meeting, usher board meeting. We was just in that bitch. Okay, I'm being dead ass honest with you now
I'm
because
listening to you.
I have a problem with religion. I have a problem with organized religion.
Hmm.
Okay, because I can read, I can read, and I can interpret what I read. I
Hmm.
don't need some man standing up in the pulpit telling me what he think the Bible's about. Because what you thought it was about, bro, I'm looking at you over in the corner after you get off out the pulpit, and I'm looking at you with the old boy over there, and y'all looking kind of zesty,
People
acting
interpret
like
the Bible how they choose to interpret it. That's why
you
it's like
understand what
you not the people don't understand that the Bible is not to be taken literally. It's metaphorically. It's basically just a basic guideline to how to live a happy life. If you just take it in that type of essence,
guess what? Guess what? I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Wait a minute. Call me back. Call me back. That way I can hear you. Wait. Because I lost you. Let me go. Let me dial you back in. Let me dial you back in. Okay, you went out and you coming back in? Okay. I'm sorry, everybody. We had a technical difficulty, but we'll be right back with you. Try to get her back on the screen. But until then, how y'all doing? Okay, I can hear you, but I can't see you. I need you to come back into the stream. Okay. Sorry, everybody. Technical difficulty. That's what happens when you do a pop-up live, and then the technical stuff starts to happen. But we're having a good conversation. Hey, auntie. Hey, baby girl. How you doing? How are you? Thank you. Thank you. Amazon. I got these from Amazon. The earrings. Yeah, I love these. I love these. But yeah, I'm talking to Nikita, I'm trying to get her back online so we can finish our discussion because I think this is needed. It's needed. Yeah we good. We good. So I'm just trying to get her back in here, and let me see if I can. Let me see if I can get her back real quick. I am trying to see. Okay, let me see something. Let me go over here to stinky ass Facebook and go in here and to see what's going to happen because my computer is running slow. I don't get it. Let me see if I can. Ugh. Right one? Is the right one? No, wrong one. That's the wrong one. Aha! Why are we having these difficulties? Let's see. Oh, no. No. Yeah, this one. Yes. Let me see. God dog it. I'm getting her a picture, but I'm not getting her. Oh, this is crazy. I am so sorry, guys. I really am. Okay, I'm trying to figure this out. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, there it is right there. Ah, there you go. Thank you. Let me see if I can. Let me see. Yep. Save and add you to the stream. There we go. Oh, oh, woo, 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 woo.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't.
doing the same thing, darling. I'm doing the same thing. Yeah. Well, anyway, like I was saying, that's why the road we be way messes with my mind because of those types of traumas, and I hate that you guys are going through that. That you have to deal with that, and so there are things that you're going to have to talk to your girls about that you never thought that you would have to talk to them about now.
Yeah, I talk to them about things that a lot of parents really don't take the time to talk to them about.
Mm-hmm.
Reason why I talk to them sort of out of the box topics with them and go so deep into it with them is because they so smart and they pick up on things so easily. It's like you have to know your child. You know what I'm saying? If your
Exactly.
child is just in la la land and their imagination, let them live there for right now, and
Mm-hmm.
just watch over them and protect them.
That's all
But
you can
if
do.
your child is intellectually in tune with you, and y'all got that type of deep understanding and connection,
Mm,
and explore those different topics, get their understanding in their mindset,
right. Right.
ask them questions, and because like
Bring
my
your camera down some so I can see your face.
oh, you can't see my face.
No, I can't see your face. I can see
Okay.
it. There we go. The better.
Hold on, because I had to move my phone. My bad. Okay. Okay. All right.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah. Yeah. You okay? Like with your girls, you have a daughter that's really in tune with you.
My oldest.
You're going to be able to have conversations in the middle of a room without saying a word. Are you sober? You sober right now, heavy, bossy, heavy? One of y'all sober? I smoke now. I'm eating pancakes. Okay.
And pancakes
Bossy,
on some.
Bossy said she's eating pancakes right now. She's smoking now. She's eating pancakes. Girl, I got up and one night I was smoking so heavy. I was eating Cheetos, watermelon. I had Cheetos, watermelon, and a cupcake. Oh yeah, I was blazed. Oh girl,
You was up there
I was
like little.
higher than a giraffe's ass. Do you hear me? So
I be doing late night cook-ups. Like last night, I took some chicken. I had baked not last night, the night before. I had thawed some chicken out, baked.
mhm,
I drank all that just in my own zone. Didn't have the kids. Didn't
right.
about nothing. They ain't have to go to work, nothing. So I'm just like at home, just in my.
Just having a free
I'm
fall.
talking about I'm floating, okay?
I know, right? And then,
Baby.
but you know what? I come up with the best. I come up with the best ideas when I got that good blaze.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I come up with some of the most fantastic podcast questions because there are so many things. Even if me being getting ready to go into my 60th year on this earth, there are things that I have pushed to the back of my mind just to be able to get through the day. Okay. And now I have to pay attention because I'm really by myself. I only have one child.
Oh. Well, you
Okay.
know, if you know we love you.
I know. And you know what? I know I don't feel like I'm going to die alone, but I feel like I'm going to die alone.
Right. It's because of the loss.
It's the loss. And people don't understand that. You know, it's the loss. And I don't want anybody else to go through it. I
Mm.
really don't. Because the loss of a parent, we were really looking preparing for my death because I have several illnesses. I walk on a cane, and I
Mm.
can't, and I don't stand up straight. I
Mm.
can't stand up straight because of my back.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I'm really looking like an old lady out here. You know, and then the weight loss is
Mm.
not a joke. You know, yeah, I had the gastric bypass and everything, but I never thought that I would be 118 pounds.
Mm.
And it's not because I wanted to be. I didn't get down to that weight until I lost my daughter. Okay, because Jasmine was the cook. She was uh, the light in the house. You know what I mean? The one that made everything better, even though she got on my nerves. Because I'm not going to say everything was peachy keen. I'm not going to tell her lies because she knows I'm talking about her. We fought for our relationship, and I'm telling you now, it's worth it. Even when you fight with your kids, it's worth it because if they have any of you in them, they will get it. Even if it comes late, I want you to understand they will get it.
Mm.
Just keep talking and don't give up. Keep talking to them. Even and let your girls know that they can come to you with anything because Jazz used to tell me stuff that would blow my eyebrows back.
That's
I
how
mean,
I am on
blow
surprising the hell out of her. And she just be like, how? Why? What?
exactly. You know, so you know, I used to have Jazz girlfriends used to come over to the house and they played Truth or Dare with me one night.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all don't want to play Truth or Dare with me. Yeah, because if I tell the truth, I'm just like y'all. I'm just older,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But then you, at one point, at some point in your life, you're gonna have to tell your kids the truth because you
Yeah,
don't want them to hear it from somebody else.
exactly.
Okay, so I had to come clean with a lot of things because I'm gonna tell you, I was a hypocrite for a while. I was being a parent instead of being a person that listened and just told the truth. You'll cook for me, bossy man. Listen, don't make me come up there to Brooklyn, girl. I will come up there and make you cook. Don't do that. Yeah, but I had to tell Jazz some secrets
Yeah.
because she was telling me some secrets. And at first I was saying, "Ugh." Then I thought about it. Who are you? Ugh. And you did the same exact sketchy ass shit yourself when you was a teenager. Because
It,
I'm lucky that I didn't come up with a STD. Because I have done some strange things with some sketchy people
mm-hmm.
when I was a teenager. You know, and kids have to go through that. You have to let them experience life because at one point I sheltered Jasmine from everything, and now you cannot afford to shelter your children.
Mm-hmm.
You have to let them know what life is about. And she even ran into the racism thing when she went to go get her first apartment. You have to. There are so many things you're gonna have to prepare your girls for. Boys, boys, and also you have to watch the women too. It's not like you. There are men. The only men are only predators. Men are not the only predators out there, darling.
Not at all.
They're not. And let me ask you this: have you heard about the? Here's another one I'm ready to throw at you. Have you heard about the thing with Johnny Depp? The case with Johnny Depp and that girl he was married to?
All in that. I ain't even gonna
Oh,
hold.
you in that? Are you in that? I'm in that too. Just the rabbit hole I be down. I'm
Yeah.
like, she was, yo, if you talking about Me Too movement and you don't add women in there as predators, you're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Because she was a
Women
downright predator.
definitely be for men too, because her ass, she was on all 10. I don't know what her issue was. She was just lying constantly, and it got to the point where people was really looking at her in the courtroom like,
What the hell?
serious?
You heard about that case? Yeah, but case with Heavy and Bossy. No, I ain't heard about no case with Heavy and Bossy. Shut the hell up. See, Heavy got jokes. See, Heavy got
Uh,
jokes. No, Heavy got jokes. But anyway, no. Let me take this down. What am I got this up here for? What do I got up here? What do I got up here? Take this down. Anyway, yeah, yeah. I was watching that. I was watching the case, and I'm looking at him talk, and my heart bled for him.
it
No,
did.
seriously,
So afraid.
because the pain
Yeah.
of him being, this is a man, and you got this girl trying to, I mean, she wasn't just trying to hurt him physically. She was just trying to destroy him
Right.
as a human being.
He
And
was.
these are people that are out there laying right next to you every day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And they cannot be trusted. So that's the human experience is a motherfucker.
That it is.
And it scares me. I didn't know that. I've sit up here sometimes and I'm like, some of the things that I've been hearing, like with the J6 committee investigating Trump, some of the stuff that I hear, it is actually frightening. It is frightening.
I've kind of went into like a isolation, hibernation type mode within like the last like year or two because of that. Like my parents did not prepare me to be out here for real.
No,
Like,
you know
it's
what?
my best to navigate.
Guess what? And I feel like I didn't really prepare Jazz for it because I was this too shall pass type of person. You know, I tried not to let any. Okay, well, okay, that didn't work. I'm gonna go on to slide my ass over here and act like that didn't happen.
You didn't let nothing stop you.
But not knowing that it was hurting my daughter because she saw me doing things that she thought was okay. I didn't know she was paying that much attention. Your children absorb everything. They absorb. They are like, when they say children are like sponges, they are. They really are. And some of the things that Jazz did, I was like, yo, you shouldn't do that. Well, you did it. Do you know how hard that is to hear from your child? And you don't have any explanation except for don't do what I do.
Yep.
My daughter saw me being overly nice to people, so she became Captain Saberho too. And she lost her life. You know,
Yeah.
uh, watch who your children are around. I don't care if they're 30, 35, 40, because they still make the wrong dumbass decisions. And you're still a parent no matter how old they get. You're still a parent. And you can't get away from it. It's not, because I'm going to tell you, it was so hard for me at one point after Jazz passed away. I still have my days where I just cry all day long because that was my best friend.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It took us a long time to get to that place, but that was the person where we would sit on my bed. She would run down the stairs because they live upstairs. She would run down the stairs and bounce on my bed, and we will hold our today's discussion. Roll up a blunt and talk. That's what we did. Okay. We will talk about everything from her music. That's another thing I want to cover with you, your music. If you have anything that you want people to hear, you can play it. I mean, people need to hear you and hear your story. That's another reason why I want to talk to you, because I pay attention to you on Facebook, and I know there's more to Nikita than what we're just seeing on Facebook.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Okay, there is more to you than that. So it's nice for your fans to get to know you. Since Jazz isn't here to tell her story, I have to tell it. But you're here. Tell your story. Tell your story through your music. If you have pain, write it down. There are
And
people out there that want to hear it.
I do try to do that. Um I feel like I'm grieving this mental illness of mine, this bipolar disorder. Because once I found that out, my whole life changed.
Hmm.
And then it made me start thinking back into like my teen years, and it started making me recap certain memories like, damn, like I didn't even realize this whole time it was because something was wrong with me. And I always felt out of place my whole life. Always felt out of place. Like I always felt like I wasn't normal like other people.
I know I'm not.
It felt different.
You know what? And maybe me feeling different was because I was not in the family that I was born to. They were different from me, and naturally they would be because the DNA was not the same.
Hmm.
I feel like whatever I went through has got something to do with the birth parents. All the illnesses that I have, I mean, and there's a lot of them. I mean, I got 3 pages of illnesses that I don't even know what they are. Where did it come from?
Hmm.
So that's another thing about having babies that you don't want. Okay, you have a baby you don't want. That child grows up and knows nothing about their medical history. Okay, you feel. I've been searching for home for 60 years. Okay, I've lived in 3 different states, and if I could find another one, I'd bounce to that one now. Okay, it's not good to be like this.
Right.
Now, are you taking medication for your bipolar?
I do. I take one in the morning and one at night.
Do you
Um,
feel a
it
difference?
it helps me get through my episodes easier. I
Okay,
was it helps me get through my episodes easier. Like I can actually pinpoint my triggers. I can pinpoint when I'm about to start another episode. I can pinpoint when I'm in an episode. Like for example, if I'm in a manic episode and I'm just happy as fuck, I don't allow myself to go past a certain limit to the point of doing something dangerous because I would
okay,
end up getting involved with drugs.
okay,
So now I know how to control that. It's easier to control it now that I'm on the medication. But I
okay,
still go through the episodes. And
okay. Did you
very,
change your surroundings, like your people that you hung out with? Did you have
yeah,
to change
I,
that?
I pretty much not blocked everybody out, but pretty much just kind of isolated into my own little shell because I noticed I started losing friends because of my disorder. Like I wasn't able to tell who actually was genuine and who wasn't. Like I was going into a lot of the relationships in my life around that time, friendships and relationships, naive,
Hmm.
knowing what the fuck, what I was
Right, right. When did you
doing,
find? Okay, for me,
you
my
know.
my wake up moment was when I realized I had a choice in the matter. Okay, that it was okay for me to say no and not feel. Do you
Yeah,
not you understand? I made a status about it. That no can be a complete sentence.
yeah, it is like a
It's a complete sentence. If you ask me, Charlene, you coming to my house? No. I don't need to explain why. I don't need to, I just said no.
right.
And once I realize that I don't need to uh have a conversation after I've said no, I felt freer. I did. I felt freer when I realized I have a choice in this thing too. I can't. I don't have to just leave it up to him if he wants me or not. Bitch, wait a minute.
I think my wake up moment was when I finally got on the right combination of meds,
Mm,
understood, and I started reading and paying attention to my body more. And my wake up moment was I can control this to the best that I can. You know, like I can't take it away. You know, I'm with this for life. I have to take this medication for life. Like it's a,
right,
you know, but I can control how far I take things. Like
right.
going through a depressive episode, I can control how deep I allow myself to go. I
Oh,
don't
okay.
allow this disorder to take over me and define who I am.
No, you can't. You can't do that.
Exactly.
You
And
don't.
that's
You
doing
can't.
that time in my life. And I just got to the point of being able to like put my foot down and be like, okay, I am in control of me,
Right,
my life.
right.
So that was my wake up moment. And then I started setting boundaries and writing down my triggers, and
That's when you lost friends, though. When you set
that
boundaries.
started losing people. Exactly.
Hmm.
Then I was noticing like because I would go through certain manic moments, like I would get close to people who I really didn't intend to keep in my life. It
Oh,
because they may have had something that I needed at the time.
you know
Especially
what? I did a lot of that. I did a lot of that. I did a lot of, okay, this is what I need, so this is what I'm going to exchange.
because you
Okay.
know, like when you're going through a manic episode, like you're not thinking normally, you're not thinking rationally. You
But
are
I'm not medicated. That's now
yeah,
that's
you're
this is the
incapable
difference.
of
I'm not
thinking.
medicated. And
When,
I'm working off of pure willpower. When I may need to be, I do take a happy pill every day though. She did give me a happy pill, even though I still go through my depression,
mm-hmm,
because I still wake up every morning. My daughter's not coming downstairs. So yeah, I deal with that every morning. That's going to be for the rest of my life until I can go see her again. You know what I mean? Um, the thing about it is, I didn't want to be on medication because I was on Zoloft.
I tried that too and had a bad experience with it.
Yo, it made me into a complete. I could see stuff on the floor and it would just pass by it. And I didn't want to be that person. Didn't feel anything.
I went through something like that.
Okay.
Trying to figure out. This was before I actually had a genetic test done, where they
Mm,
swabbed the inside of my cheek, sent it to a lab and tested, and it would give them a list of medications that were specifically for my genetics.
really?
Yes. I forget the name of it. I want to say it was Geno Swab or something like that, but I can't remember the name of it. But that was how I ended up getting on what I have now. And before I did that though, we was just trying shit. Not even gonna
Oh,
lie,
okay.
trying
They're
shit.
just throwing stuff at the wall.
Yeah, cause I'm like, I don't know, like this is new for me, like, but you don't know what'll work exactly for me, so we just was trying shit.
Right.
Gave me this one new medication, it was called Vraylar, and at this time it had just was hitting the market, like it just was becoming popular, and I was like, all right, I'll try it. When I tell you, it made me blank minded, like I
And
couldn't
that's not good.
subconscious. Like I was literally sitting on my couch, just staring at the wall like a zombie. And my oldest was like, "Ma, you all right? You good?" I'm like,
Right.
"I'm good," but I was so blank. I was so blank, and then I had other side effects. Like it attacked my nervous system too strong,
Oh, okay.
and I started having like weird muscle contractions throughout my body. It was weird. I had to go through emergency and get muscle relaxer and all of this
Well,
mess.
I have multiple sclerosis too.
You
Oh,
do.
yeah. I was diagnosed when Jazz was 6. She was actually 5. I spent her 6th birthday in the hospital.
Aw. And I
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. So that's when I found out I had multiple sclerosis. So I was 38 years old at the time. And I was supposed to be in a wheelchair, but I said, nope, y'all not going. I'm not accepting that. I walked in here. I drove myself here. I'm driving myself home, and that's what I did. You
Mm.
know, even though they wanted to send me home without knowing what was wrong with me, I told them, you can't do that. We're not doing that. you're not sending me home and I can't feed myself.
Yeah.
Okay. So when I found out, at least I knew what it was. But then after that came the heart attack.
Mm.
Now I have a box in my chest. 60,
Yeah.
at 40 some years old, I got a box in my chest because if things just started to snowball,
Mm-hmm.
with your health. So be careful with your health. If you have to take your meds, take them. But I took myself off of some of that crap they had.
Yeah, like I wasn't taking everything she will offer.
No,
She will
no,
offer me a lot of different things, and I firmly stand my ground. Like, no, no, like I really just want what I need. I don't need nothing extra. Like, cause
no.
I'm okay. Other than the fact I'm chubby, I don't have diabetes. I don't have kidney problems, liver.
Okay, you know what? That's good.
In
That's
turn,
good because I became diabetic. I went up to
all my
354 pounds.
problems here. This is where all my problems
Well, mine was
at. All
physical
my
and
problems
mental.
at. I don't have no other issues.
But you know what? You'll be okay.
Yeah, that's what
You're
I
gonna
try
be
myself every day.
you're gonna be okay.
Harder though. I ain't
I
gonna lie.
know.
It's
I
getting
know it's hard. I know it is. But you know what? I really firmly believe. Do I? I don't know. I was ready to tell a lie. I was ready to say you go through things that'll make you stronger. But then sometimes I feel like I'm about to break.
I feel like I done already been there. Like I've seen so many things. Well, I'm not gonna say I've seen it all, cause
Hmm.
I ain't seen it all, but I'm already tired. I'm already
Yeah.
some days I just be like, God, like why? I know you created me for a purpose, but why I gotta why did I end up with a mental disorder? Why I gotta walk around and deal with this and reconstruct my life every other week because my body can't manage it? Like why I gotta why? Like every other
I have a lot of why. I have a lot of questions. Like if
like
you pay attention to my
there.
statuses
Hey,
when I come up online, I always have a question because I'm always seeing something that I'm like, well, why? Why? Like when the doctor told me, he said, well, the form of something that I have is usually for Caucasians, right?
mhm.
And I told him, I said, look at me, bro. Uh, I'm 13% of whatever y'all it is. 13. I did my DNA, so the 13% is what's fucking me up. I'll be dead ass honest with you. Okay. The form of multiple sclerosis that I have, in the form of something else I have that he said usually only Caucasians get that version of it. I said, well, not well, black people ain't all black when some of us got caught up in the matrix. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? Some of us got caught up in the bullshit,
Mhm.
and I'm one of them.
Mhm.
And um, the thing that I hate is I don't know my medical history.
Mhm.
Okay,
You
I
don't know.
don't.
Huh?
Yeah, I know nothing about the people that gave birth to me. I know nothing about them at all. Jasmine has started digging.
I was about to say you could find that out.
Jasmine started digging. She's the one that made me take the DNA test.
Mhm.
So that got 1,400 connections in DNA, but no first cousins. I got a lot of second, third, and fourth, fifth, and sixth, seventh cousins
Mhm.
out there. And the more you come from, now my lineage goes back 800 years.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, but as you come down, it gets lighter. It gets lighter. I mean, light.
Mhm.
I mean, light, palm light.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, well, okay, so there was a discrepancy in between the time I came and when my heritage started.
Mhm.
Okay. So uh 23andMe told me a lot of things that okay, all right. But I still haven't found the mother and father yet. I think Jazz found the mother though, because she told me she called her, and the husband answered and hung up in her face.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So if she's still alive, maybe that was them. You know what I mean? I don't know. I haven't. I told Jasmine. I said I don't necessarily want to meet somebody that didn't want me,
Mm-hmm.
but I was doing it for her because she was planning on having children, and with all the illnesses that I had, she wanted to know what was the possibilities for her children.
Mm-hmm.
Now I could be wrong. Is I'm trying my best not to blow my brains out. Okay,
Yeah.
because I really want to be with my daughter. I'll be honest with you. Uh, I even thought about selling everything down to just something to wear for that day, and just going. Got to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I promised my son-in-law that I wouldn't do that. So I'm gonna fight it out and try to get her music out and try to get things together and finish her journey because everything she wanted was what I wanted.
Yeah.
Now I'm 60 years old trying to find out what it is I want. I don't really want anything. I'm almost at the end. Okay. All I want now is to let my dogs run free in a nice big backyard, grow some vegetables,
Mm-hmm. You want to live a nice,
just
peaceful.
just
Yep.
and my daughter is sitting in an urn. I want to have a place for her to just be.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I'm looking at the world and it scares me. It scares me. And I wish that I had the finances to buy land because a lot of now, if you hear that, you if you pay if you are you on TikTok?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, have you paid attention to people that are getting together and buying land
Mm-hmm.
and
And
going off grid?
yep.
There are actually people out there with groups that are buying land. I wish I can't even buy a damn pack of cigarettes right now.
Yeah.
But if I had the finances, that sounds like something so amazing where your kids could go out and frolic. Black folks don't even use the word frolic. I would like to frolic, you
Black
know?
black folks do it how black folks do it.
Yeah, I want to feel that peace that I've been looking for peace for a long time. And what frightens me is what the government is doing.
And it's like you never know what they up to because you can't believe them.
The media. Have you
Yeah.
paid attention to the media? There is some kind of agenda. We just haven't figured out what it is yet.
Mm-hmm.
Because while we're looking over here, they're doing something over there.
Because they want us to look over here.
They want us to look over here. Okay, that's how come they slid and did Roe versus Wade on a Friday night. Nobody's paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then when the little coon Clarence Thomas talking about, yeah, I'm going to make liberals' lives miserable. Why it's got to be you? Okay, you want to hurt liberals for what? You're hurting your fellow human beings
Yeah.
because they don't agree with your type of politics. You want to go after them. You want to go after the people that are most vulnerable. Because when you think about it, only the poor whites and poor blacks are going to be going through the trauma. Because the average person can't afford to jump on a plane and go have an abortion because they can't have an abortion in their state.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to be forcing millions of women to have babies that they don't want. So now you got kids in the system,
Or kids being murdered.
or kids being murdered,
Or
sexually abused.
suicide. It's gonna be all types of self mutilation and people gonna be doing all types of crazy shit trying to get rid of a baby.
Mm-hmm.
Now, not
Basically, that's it.
like at this point, because people gonna do what they want to do. Period. Especially in the United States. We don't give a damn. We gonna live our life how the fuck
The
we
thing about it is with the United States is it's not that great of a country. Not when you think about it.
think it is. I feel like
People,
stepping stone, but you don't want to be here long term.
if Jazz was alive, if Jazz was still here, we were planning on leaving the country
Yeah, that's what I've been thinking about lately.
because people are actually fleeing to Mexico and Canada and different the Netherlands. They are getting the hell on. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Can't go nowhere with it. We're gonna fly, and I can't put my dogs on the plane because they don't no. I can't take them little badass dogs on the plane because I can't tell somebody that my middle dog will not bite them because he will bite you. I believe he will bite you because he does not like anybody coming toward me. So now I can't even let nobody babysit his ass. He's just that bad. You know what I mean? Goddamn. But anyway, yeah, you try to make different moves and you find out you're stuck in the United States and you have to figure out how to deal with it. So Jazz said before she passed away, and she did this, she went and bought a bunch of dirt and seeds so we could grow our own vegetables. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm starting to grow my own vegetables. So I got
Which ones you got?
potatoes, I got sweet potatoes, tomatoes, white
Ooh,
potatoes, greens, beets.
ooh.
I'm trying to grow stuff that I can eat because having a gastric bypass, I can't eat a whole lot of food. I can't get a plate like everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
you know, because a lot of times when I see food, I get sick because it's a lot of it, and because my mind automatically goes to how do I eat all of this? It was different when I was 354 pounds. I could knock some stuff out, but now that they've cut my stomach down to the size of this,
Mm-hmm.
I there's no way. So now getting to 118 pounds is an accident.
It was
After
a static response that your body had to the loss of your baby.
it, I was 170 when she passed away.
Mm.
Understand what I'm saying? And after she passed away, I ended up in the hospital for 3 weeks because the box in my chest actually burst through my chest.
I
You could,
remember. Mm.
yeah, you could see the wiring and everything. And then, and I was in that hospital, and I just said, "Let me die. Just let me go," because my daughter's not here, and I believe that she's the one that carried me through getting out of that hospital. Because
Mm-hmm.
she said, "Mama, you got stuff to do. I got a husband at home. You got to go take care of him." We look out for each other.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one thing we have. We look out for each other because Jazz was our nucleus, you
Oh,
know?
yeah.
And you don't know, you could be the one, Nikita, holding everything together. You understand what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
are the nucleus of your family. So you have to take care of yourself. You have to take care of yourself because of your girls.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you do that. Whether it's mentally or physically, take care of yourself because your daughters are going to need you.
Absolutely. And I know can't nobody raise them better than me.
Nobody, nobody. And I really believe that, yeah, I'm hurt that I don't have grandchildren, but then I think my grandchildren would be more hurt if their mother wasn't here.
Mm-hmm.
Because nobody can raise your children but you. Nobody should raise your children but you. I know that she's up there with my grandbabies. You know, I tell her every day, kiss the grandbabies for me because I know they're up there with you.
Mm-hmm.
Because there were some pregnancies, they didn't show up. They said, nope, we ain't coming. But it's okay. I will meet them later. That I believe. I believe that I will see my daughter again, and that's what I hold on to. You know, the other day I believe that was her telling me a joke, and I laughed out loud because I could hear her voice. and it seems weird to somebody else. It seems like, Charlene, you losing your damn mind. But when I talked to you, I knew you were just as weird as I am. I knew you were just we were a lot of the things that you talked about made a lot of sense to me. You know what I mean? And so we had that connection. That's why I wanted to talk to you so much. Yeah, she's definitely with me, bossy. She's definitely. I know she is. You know.
Up there.
Yeah, but no, but for you, for being for real, I said I got to talk to her because there's a lot going on behind those eyes. I just wanted you to express it.
I'm just trying to hold everything together, to be honest with you. There are some things that I do still record behind the scenes. Like I do a lot of features for
Hmm.
always rappers. They want a female R&B singer.
Right.
There's a couple songs that I have that I was supposed to put out on my birthday this year, but things ended up happening and I wasn't able to do it. So
Are you under any kind of management?
no,
Are
I'm
you under any kind of
I'm literally
label?
doing everything by myself. I don't know
Okay,
what.
we gotta talk. No, we gotta talk. No, seriously, I'm being dead ass.
I'm
We have to talk because I want to put you in front of somebody and see what happens. Okay. No, I'm being really serious because Green Game is doing a lot of big things.
Mhm.
Okay. And
I miss they lives. They lives used to be lit.
yeah, Jazz is still a Green Game artist, and her music will still come up under their label.
Mhm.
And yeah, we need to talk after the show is over, and I need some of your music
Okay.
because I think you're fantastic. I
Aw,
really do. No, seriously. And anybody that needs to be out there, I need their voice to be heard. So I feel like yours should be heard. That's what playlist promotion and conversation with friends is about.
mhm.
Getting the independent artist heard. Because when you think about it, y'all ain't got no money. You ain't got no money. Okay? You don't have money for promotion and all these things. Yeah, Swiss will ever be Green Game in my pit. Yes, she will. But yeah, you guys don't have any money for promotion. You
Right.
know, and people are really taking advantage of some of these independent artists.
Mhm.
And it is really to the point where you don't know who to trust with your money. You know, I've heard about some of these big time promoters are actually taking money from artists and they're not giving them the services. So I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that because it's about if you're supposed to be helping, yes, I need income. Yes, I need the income.
Mhm.
Okay, because my company know I'm not taking in any income.
Mhm.
But I feel like it started out as a hobby, but now it's a legit company because of Geddes Willis.
Mhm.
Okay, him and Jasmine was on my neck. Okay, going to make it an LLC. Go on and do it. You've been doing it for 3 years for free. Because it started out as a for me because I have multiple sclerosis and I can't work physically anymore, but I needed an outlet.
Mhm.
And Jazz was doing music. I said, "Well, I'll share your music out." Well, why not? I'll share your music out. So I made an Instagram, and it just started out as something to do. But now it's to the point where okay, this is a real thing. You need to make some money.
Feel passion.
Yeah, yeah.
Feel like yeah.
Yeah, so with Jasmine passing away, we were supposed to do this podcast together, a mother daughter thing. So I had to retool, rethink how am I going to present conversation with friends and playlist promotions. Well, first thing is to do is stick to the original, have the independent artists, let people get to know them. So now people are getting to know Nikita. Okay, they'll know that there's much more to you than just singing a song, that there's a spirit behind it, there's
Mhm.
a soul behind it, there's a human being, there's a young woman trying to find her way in life.
Definitely.
I really feel like people will become more connected to the artist that way. So if you have any songs that you want everybody to hear, like I told you before, you can play them. Let us hear. Let us hear what you got, because I know you got a beautiful voice. That I know from the live shows. Hey Ashley, how you doing, darling? Ashley Hoffman is in the room. Okay, baby girl, how you doing?
Hey,
Yeah,
Ed.
yeah. So yeah, if you have anything that you want to promote, or if you have any shows coming up, or what's going on?
I don't have any, as far as music goes right now, I don't have anything going right now for music. Nothing. And it's
What do
not
you?
that I technically don't want to. Um,
Mm,
I just really don't. I'm doing everything by myself. I don't know. It's like I know like the steps and everything that I need to take, but working a full time job and raising three kids kind of get in the middle of
oh,
that.
oh, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
I,
yeah, 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 yeah. But I see you have your own equipment, right?
huh?
You have your own equipment, right?
Oh yeah, I
I
definitely.
see it. I just said I see it. I see you had your own equipment. So that was the same thing. Jan has her studio upstairs. So I boxed everything up. I'm using some of the stuff now. Because I had already bought computers and stuff like that. Because we were gonna just lay it out. You
Mhm.
know.
And then either I record on my laptop or I record
Mhm.
on.
Okay, so you need an engineer.
Yeah, I need
I
a
need,
producer. I need a manager.
yes, you do. You need a producer.
I need a lot of things. I ain't gonna hold you. I need a team.
Okay. Well, okay. The type of music you do is R&B ish.
R&B. So yes.
Yeah. So you need.
Mm.
I'm going to actually look for some producers. I have one in mind. Have you ever heard of QDH?
Mm-mm.
He did. Yeah. I'm going to have to hook you up with Big Rich. No
We.
sleep.
Yeah.
You
Oh
know
no.
who Rich is.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Okay. Well, girl, all you have to do is get in touch with Rich. No, I'm being serious with you now.
I'm gonna have to. Yeah.
No,
I didn't know he was a music producer. I see.
girl.
I don't know. You know.
Rich is an A&R. Big. He is all. I mean, because he is showing me some ways of promoting. If you want to get promoted, you need to get in touch with Rich. Rich is awesome. Yes, he is. Hey, Ashley, baby girl. Yeah, but yeah, you really need to. I really need you to get in touch with Rich and tell him that you need these things, and those things will be brought to you.
Mm. Yeah, because I messed around and isolated myself so far away from everything. So like, I'm
Yeah, yeah,
still
yeah. He does. Yeah,
back
yeah,
in.
and because I'm gonna tell you, the night that Jazz did we went to Texas, Katy, Texas, and did the Loud Fest down in Katy, Texas, and then right after that she got killed. But anyway, that night after that show, her and QDH redid a track that she had done, but I had him redo the music, and it was such a beautiful thing that we recorded it, and I have that where it was just all in one night. I mean, it took him less than 5 minutes to do a whole beat and remix it and blend her in.
Mm.
He's good.
Yeah,
He's
he got.
he's really good. And QDH, and if you talk to Rich, I'm telling you, baby, you'll be okay. Because he'll come up. You can give him the concept, and he'll come up with the beat for you. Just tell him what you want,
Yeah.
okay? Tell him what you want, and because you got the vocals, that I know. I've heard. I've heard them. There's no sense in you not letting the world hear what you have to offer. You know, there's no reason in not doing that. I just really, me and my heart, I just really want the best for you.
I
I
can.
really do. We've never met face to face, but I really want the best for you and those girls. You know, and take care of yourself and take care of them babies and make sure your mental health is taken care of first.
Yeah.
Okay, don't push yourself. Even though I'm saying get in touch with somebody, don't push yourself. If you're not ready, you're not ready. But I'm gonna tell you, once stuff starts coming at you, you're gonna get nervous. You're gonna say, "Am I ready for this?" Then you think about it. Hell yeah, I'm ready. I can do it. If I can do the bad stuff, I can do the good stuff.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's the way I'm looking at it now. If I can do the bad stuff, I can do the good stuff. It's just that I have to peel myself out of bed from the depression.
And that's what I'm getting into now too. Like I'm on my self healing, self discovery journey right now. Trying
Hmm.
to know who I am and understand me, and get to the bottom of a lot of these issues that I have mentally that were affected from my that were brought in from my childhood or
Hmm.
from being an adult, just slowly trying to heal and get through those things because that's mainly the only thing that's been keeping me back is healing. For a long time, I didn't realize that I didn't heal until I started learning more about what the definition of healing was.
Right.
Because I thought I was just going on about my life like I'm good. But then certain things will happen, and I take a step back and I be like, "Ooh, I reacted way too
Ooh, yeah, I've done that.
like
I've done that.
like there was no reason for me to act like that." And then it will make me think, "Okay, that's a trigger. This happened.
Right.
This." So I'm just trying to get in tune with who I am so I can be the mother that I need to be for my kids and continue to hold everything together. Like you said,
Hmm.
you know.
Yeah, that's all you can do. I mean, and hopefully, hopefully, the kids will understand as they get older and come into their own
Hmm.
that their mother did the best she could do with what she had.
And I,
Because I think about that.
yeah, because I told them, I explained to them what bipolar disorder was.
Hmm.
And my oldest actually has ADHD.
Okay.
So now me and her, we talk about things like that. Now, as far as mental health, like she'll come to me when she not having a good day.
Could you imagine having your mother and your daughter having ADHD? And that was me and Jazz. We
Hmm.
both had it. And it was like we had to bounce off of each other,
Hmm.
because when she was focused, I was unfocused. When I was focused, she was unfocused. And we had to pull each other back. That's when you work with their disability. I don't know, you make it work for you.
Hmm. And that's really all we doing because all of this is new to us. You know what I mean? That's really all we trying to do is just pull it together and just
That's
work.
it. Nobody diagnosed me when I was in fifth grade when they were sending me to psychiatrists. They didn't tell me that I was ADHD or 88 ADD or that I had depression or any of those things, because at that time I'm in the fifth grade. Nobody's talking about depression in the black neighborhood.
Nobody. It was what happens in this house, stay in this
It
house.
stays in this house.
That's how I was raised. Yeah.
Yeah, a child is to be seen and not heard.
Get out.
Stay in your place.
Yep. Stay in your place. Don't question nothing that we got going on over here.
Exactly. And that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing for children, for you to tell them to shut up.
And my mama be looking at me crazy sometimes when I be explaining myself to my kids, and I'm like, how they gonna learn? I can't just tell them no, like y'all did me. Like no, do this. Why? Because I
Exactly.
like
Exactly. My
then
mother had a my
older.
mother had a problem with my daughter. She had a problem because I used to speak for Jazz, because Jazz didn't really, she was a baby. She didn't know how to speak up for herself. Let her talk for herself. No, shut up. I'm
Mhm,
going to speak up for her, because you didn't speak up for me when I was a kid. My mother didn't speak up for me. She
mhm,
was always be the bigger person. Now I can know the person's lying on me. Grown ass person's lying on me. She knew they was lying, but she would tell me to be the bigger person. But they lying
on a child though.
on a child. You have grown people out there that do that.
Hmm.
So that to me is an issue, because if you know this person lies, why would you have them around your children?
Yeah.
You know, um, I was dating this dude, and he told my daughter that we were moving to Las Vegas, and I was pregnant, and I didn't have room for her. I'm like, no, man, no, 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 no. And I told her right in front of him, because she called me at work. She was 7, 8 years old. You a grown ass man. What is you doing trying to compete with a kid for? This is another reason why I didn't have men around her like that. There is no competition when it comes to my child. There is none.
Yeah.
You do not fit, my brother.
Mhm.
Because in the end, it's me and this child. I went out. I gave birth on purpose. I got pregnant on purpose because I was in my 30s. I'm like, yo, wait a minute. I'm taking care of everybody else's kid and I don't have my own. Made no sense. Everybody else is going out having a good time. I'm babysitting.
Yeah. That's how I was when I was younger. I ain't
Every,
gonna like my mom when she had my younger sister, I was about 15 and going on 16. I was not happy. I was not, and that sounds so messed up, but I was not happy when she was born because I knew that it was gonna be another baby I was gonna have to watch because my parents worked so much. I
you
didn't
know, that's
like
that. Wow.
when I did get out, I was wilding.
Okay.
I
Okay.
wasn't drugs or alcohol or none of that, but I was into the sexual shit.
You know what? In
You know,
actuality, I wasn't really that
I was
sexually
it's
active. I
crazy.
just wanted to, I wasn't really that sexually active. I just wanted to hang out. I didn't start doing the drugs. I didn't get into drug. I wasn't even taking an aspirin for a headache. I went straight to cocaine when I found out what I found out.
Mm,
I mean, went straight to it. No sense in being a good girl no more. You know what I mean? And that's not cool for kids either. So
yeah.
don't hold any secrets from them because it could be traumatic and you don't know how they're going to act out.
Mm,
You don't know how they're going to receive that. You
mm-hmm.
know? So I believe that that played a big part in me being the type of person I was. I really didn't. My family would be in the house and I would go in my room and lock the door. What am I talking to you for? We don't
Mm.
have anything in common.
Yeah. It's crazy what trauma will do to you and how it affects you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No,
And
seriously.
even though you can go through the same trauma, it affects everybody differently.
Yeah, it does. It really does. And you can't really put a person down. You can try to walk them through it, because Jasmine reacted to her trauma differently from what I did.
Mm,
Okay. I shut all the way down. I didn't want marriage. I don't want a boyfriend. I don't want a girlfriend no more. I'm cool. I don't want to deal with none of y'all.
and that's crazy you said that because I was the opposite. I was so focused on finding somebody who would love me because I felt so unloved. And I'm the middle child. It's seven of us. I have
Hmm.
three siblings and three younger siblings. I'm dead
Okay.
back in the middle. So, my older siblings, we got the same dad but different moms. And
Okay.
like 14, 13, 15, and just didn't want to deal with my dad anymore because he was the one that was abusive. They
Okay.
decided to leave. They had the option to leave. I didn't. My mama and daddy was in that house. I had to stay.
Okay.
I didn't have the option to escape my environment. And my mom, when my younger brothers were about 13 or 14, she decided to leave my dad. So I'm the only sibling out of all of us who endured a full 18, 19 years of my life
Wow.
same roof with my father. And I'm the only one that's really like as damaged as I am. Like it may seem like I'm doing good because that's the image I portray. Because I don't like people worrying about me.
Right.
I don't like
Right.
about me or like trying. I'm good. Like I
You're an introvert, but you were forced to be an introvert.
yeah. I
You
was
know
kind
what I mean?
the only person I really got is my mom. Like I lean on my mom for everything. My mama is my everything.
Okay.
So
That's
sad.
cool.
Like when she get like sick, I get so scared because I'm like, if I don't have her, she like to me like how Jazz was to you.
Okay.
Without
Oh
her, I would
shit!
I would be in shambles. Like my life would be in crumbles.
Don't even
Like
think
I
about
would
it.
what?
Don't even think about it. Try not to think about it because me and Jazz started talking about my departure, and I was afraid for her. I was really afraid for her. I said because the way you acting right now, not even left yet.
Mm-hmm.
You telling me what you're gonna do, not even left yet? No, you cannot act like that, and I won't be able to stop you. Because I used to be. It get to the point where I could look at Jazz and tell when she was about to lose it. You know what I mean? But if I'm not here to see it, I can't protect her
Mhm.
from herself. Because when you've been through trauma, the way you react to it could be deadly to somebody else. So that's another reason why I'm looking at, okay, all these pressures that people are already going through. We don't need the government, the media, the stuff that surrounds us to have an agenda. We don't need that. Like with the kids. If your daughter came to you and told you she thinks she's a boy, what would you do?
Well, me and my daughter had a conversation, something like that. She came to me and she told me that she wanted to change her pronouns, refer to her as them and they. And I still fuck up because this is so recent. And she 12,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
actually she's really like 16.
Oh,
She's so damn smart.
been there, done that. Yeah.
Yeah, she came to me and I was like, okay, that's fine, and I still fuck up, but she'll correct me and be like, Mom, it's them, it's they, and she'll tell me, and I
Now, that's the part I don't. Okay, I don't know when I'm supposed to use them and they. When am I? Because I don't. Let me tell you something.
so like how I keep messing up and I keep saying she, instead of referring to her as her, you say they.
Oh.
So instead of saying she in the living room, they in the living room.
Oh. Okay.
Like,
Okay.
you know
Okay.
what I'm saying?
Don't give her no pronouns at all. Don't miss. No
Right.
miss. No
Right.
mister.
She told me it's because she don't want to be defined by her gender. She want to be defined by who she is. They want to be defined by who they are.
That makes sense though.
And I was like, you know what? I'm not even mad at that. Like, and then they came to me another time and told me that they think that I be bisexual. Now, this was when I started asking questions. So I'm like, well, what makes you think that? And
Hmm.
they were like, well, I like boys and I like girls. And I'm like, okay, in what way?
Right.
Like I'm trying to get like down to the bottom.
Right. You need
I'm
to
trying to
know.
see if she understand what she telling me.
Right.
And thing that I'm asking, I asked her a lot of questions. Everything that I'm asking her, she hitting right on the nose.
Hmm.
I'm like, okay, so for now, I accept it because I'm her mom and I love her. I will never throw her to the side.
Right.
Me internally, though, I think they might be trying to be like me because I live in my truth. My kids know my orientation. My kids know
Hmm.
disabilities. I know everything about them. They know everything about me. I'm completely open with them. Of course, to a certain extent because they're children. You know,
Right.
but I'm completely open with them.
Well, I didn't tell Jasmine the truth about things that I did until she was, oh shit,
And
16.
it's crazy because my kids ask questions. They be asking questions.
Yeah, they do.
They be asking questions.
Yeah, they do.
Like sometimes if they ask me a question that's too far out there, I'll tell them like when you get a little older, I'll tell you. But I like to push the boundaries sometimes because I want to see how open their minds are, and I
Hmm.
what they're being exposed to when I'm not around because
Right.
my brother has a girlfriend. They just bought a house together. And so like that be my way of seeing how is this woman treating you when I'm not around? Like, like how do
And
you
you have to watch. You have to watch.
like how would you react when it comes to certain situations? Like I need to know how you think.
Hmm.
Like I get deep with my kids. And a lot of people don't necessarily agree with me on that, but I say they not your kids. So
Right. A lot
like
of people will say. A lot of people. I hear them. I hear a lot of the other people, not our people. I've heard our people say it sometimes too. But you can't be friends with your kid. That's why your kid don't tell you shit.
exactly. It's not all about there's gonna be times where your kids come to you and they need you as a friend, not as a parent. And sometimes I be having trouble with that because I'm so used to being in charge. I'm so
Right.
being in some type of authority level. I'm so used to being put in a leader of something. So some
Right.
come to me and they talk to me about their things, like the first thing I start doing is telling them what they should do. Like, oh, I got good advice for you. Like, you should try to do this, this, that. And it's like, it's not me dismissing what they're telling me. It's genuinely me, like, concerned and want to help them. Like, like,
Mm-hmm.
I be having to stop that when it come to my kids, because at one point in time that was affecting Natalie, my oldest.
Right. Okay.
I was like, okay, I need to be a little bit more open minded. That was how I was raised coming out. Um,
Right.
and
Well,
I'm like,
my parents didn't talk about your feelings when you was a kid. They didn't talk. They
yeah.
didn't. They didn't care about your feelings.
And my mama be looking at me like I'm crazy sometimes. And I'm like, I come to you with my feelings, but sometimes my mom is so tough too because of her life. My
Right.
a lovey-dovey Philly type of woman. Like my mama is not like she not really affectionate like that. You
Me
know,
either.
now as an adult and she knows all the things that I've been through and she sees the trauma in me. Now she's softer with me. But as a child, no. Like
Now for me, now for me, I wanted to make sure.
yeah.
I wanted to make sure that Jasmine heard the word "I love you" every day, even when we was fighting. I love you,
Mm-hmm.
bitch. You know what I mean? I love your ugly ass, or something like that, or whatever. But the one who raised me, the lady who raised me, I call her my mother. She was still my mother. But she didn't talk to me about my feelings. She didn't. I remember one time I said, "You look after this person. If they blow their nose wrong, you run them with the tissue. But me, it's like, whatever." She said, "Well, you never acted like you needed me. Oh, so I'm supposed to fall out in the floor?"
And that was
I
the
said,
thing. My parents, they always felt like I was independent. I didn't need for much.
right,
I was
right.
self-operating. Like they didn't have to tell me twice to do stuff. They asked me to do stuff, I get up and do it. But it was just the like I'll give an example. Um, Me and my sister, you seen my old pics that I just put
Uh
up.
huh. Yeah.
Child, I've always been chubby. I've always been a thicker child, and up until when I hit puberty. When I hit puberty, that's when I started blowing up.
Okay.
My dad would tell me and my sister, just me and my sister, that we wasn't allowed to eat 3 times a day
What?
because we were chubby. He would tell us we wasn't allowed to eat 3 times a day. If we were to try to go in the kitchen and get a snack, he would shut it down.
Is Dad still around?
My dad,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I don't talk to him as often, but we have had a conversation before, like just recently. Me and my dad, not recent, but I'll say a few months ago, back in March, me and my dad sat down and we talked, and I brought all of that up, like all of that up. The only thing is, my dad, he's very dominant. He's very headstrong. He is very like I got to be careful how I talk to him about certain things, because if I say it how I really want to say it, we turn into a whole match. Like we get into it, like, so I have to tread lightly when I talk about things. But he was actually more open to talking about a lot of the things that happened in my childhood than I thought he would be. So it was easy for us to talk about things, laugh about things, and I was able to forgive him, but I still live with the trauma. So he's in my life now, but I don't talk to him nearly as much as I talk to my mom.
Did
Like
you, did you
he
see this comment? Did you see this what Bossy just said? Her mother wished her death 6 days ago.
Oh wow. That's yeah, I could never. That's crazy. That's crazy.
I have she said, but she comes at me and wished bad on me, so I keep myself at a distance.
Hmm.
That is deep. I mean, that yo.
And sometimes you do have to X family members out of your life.
No, you really do. You
Yeah.
really do. Being honest, you really do.
I don't
Okay.
care if they blood or
No,
not.
it doesn't matter if they have a last name or not. It doesn't matter to me. You gotta go. You gotta go. Because I'm not about to sit and be miserable or talked down to or talked about or lied on. I'm not going through any of that anymore. I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna sit back and let you make me be such a bad person that you make yourself feel better.
Mhm.
I'm not doing that. So if me cutting you off means that for me to get peace, then you are cut the fuck off.
Yeah, yeah, and that's what it's gonna be.
That's what it is, and that's whether it's family or not. And that's why I try. It hurts. I wish I had a sister. I wish I had family. Well, I got. Well, technically, I have a brother and a sister, but those are not. You know, we'll leave that where it is.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do. How the only thing we can do is keep going.
Keep going and stay
That's
strong.
it.
The thing that kind of gets me through a lot of my days is being optimistic. You have to stay open minded to where you see yourself in the future.
Yeah, you do.
Open
It's
minded,
just,
you see yourself being and becoming, because this isn't the end of me. And
no,
I
it's not.
what did Bossy V say? She said, "Yep, I cut her off before, and people like, oh, it's your mom, etc. But look what happens when she can't control me.
Hmm.
They can't control you. That's when they start throwing them threats
But
at
you
you."
know what? I'm gonna tell you that's a narcissistic type of personality.
Mm-hmm.
That's the same thing when men beat women. The most dangerous time to in that relationship is when you're leaving and getting out and they lost control. Okay, and that goes with people. Period. When they find out they don't have control of you, you become the bad guy. You become the enemy. You the one with the problem. You the one with the mental illness. You know, and that's not necessarily true. What they're doing is reflecting that that's really who they are, but they put it up on you as you're the one doing it. You're the problem,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think that that's fair. Yeah, I didn't want a relationship with you, but you have a whole niece over here that y'all didn't even check on.
Exactly.
Okay, you don't have to deal with me, but you have a niece over here. You didn't come and get her. You didn't talk to her. You didn't try to check out and see if she was okay after the rape. You didn't come to me with court. You didn't do none of those things. But now you expect for her to help you if she becomes successful. No, that was a no for me.
Mm-hmm.
That was a no for me. And even when her music gets put out, don't come talking about my niece, my niece, my niece. No, suck a dick. Okay?
I wasn't there when she was alive.
You
Don't.
wasn't there when she was alive. Now you're not going I'm not doing this with you.
Mm-mm.
Don't call me now. That's where I'm at. You left me alone all that time, leave me alone now.
Yeah.
And what they don't know is Jazz told me everything. The shit that y'all said behind my back. She told me, this is my kid. Are you stupid?
Yeah.
You
Like,
talked about
oh,
me behind my back to my child.
my kids don't keep nothing from me. I be going.
Nothing. But see, that's what people don't understand. When you have a certain relationship, people will hate you because of how somebody loves you.
Mm-hmm.
And that to me is a mental illness. Yeah, it hurts, bossy. It does, it hurts. I
Mm.
know it does. Especially when you don't have a relationship with the parent that you should have.
Yeah.
There were things that my daddy said to me, just like there were things that your dad said to you.
Mm.
He didn't always say them right, and I would just look at him like this motherfucker crazy. But I thought it was just because he was an alcoholic, but he was a functional alcoholic.
Mm-hmm. Mine was too.
Functional. I mean, drove a city garbage truck. Functional.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's not like he didn't have work ethic or none of that. He just didn't. He just didn't take feeling seriously. A feeling was just that. Get
Mm-hmm.
over it. You know.
Yeah, but you know what helps me forgive my father? What he went through as a child. He didn't have his father growing up, and his stepfather used to beat them.
Oh, okay.
So, and then my mom, her parents, and because my mom is a twin,
Okay.
their parents died in a car accident when they were babies. So they were
Oh,
by their grandmother. Then their grandmother died from colon cancer. So then they were raised by my aunt, and my aunt was not a nice woman at all.
Oh, wow.
So I forgive them because it's like, okay,
What
they
they went through.
good because of what they went through. Like they had it hard too, you know? So that's what makes me look at it from a different perspective because it's like, okay, me being older now, I'm kind of going through some of the things that they was going through a little bit. And
Right.
my dad tell me the reason why he would keep my ass in the house and just shield me from everything and just do as I say was because he didn't want me getting hurt because he said I was so nice and so kind
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
and so
Uh-huh.
loving when people
But
love.
I'm gonna tell you, you nice kids, y'all scare the shit out of parents.
Yeah.
No, I'm being dead ass because my daughter, Jasmine, she was so nice and she was, she really didn't argue with a bunch of people. She didn't like bullies. So she saw somebody getting bullied. She would, she'd out there fighting in the street because somebody was getting bullied. You know, that's the type of person she was. And I don't know, man. Girls, but then when you think about people, but see, I never had a boy, so I don't know how it feels to raise a son.
Yeah.
But then I think at the same time, if I had a son, I would have to teach him how to be a man
Mm-hmm.
on his own. And I still feel like even if you're in a relationship, always be able to have your own.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Always.
It happen. Anything.
Anything can happen. They can change their mind.
Thought I was gonna be with these niggas. Like
Exactly. So it's like, no, honey. Like when I was younger and was going out somewhere, my father would say, always have cab money or bus fare. Always have at the time there were telephone booths, and you would have to have a dime or a quarter so you could
mm-hmm.
call somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Telephone booths. You're gonna see them now, but you
I
know
ain't
because everybody got a goddamn cell phone. But I think there should be still telephone booths, but people start using it for drug transactions, so that messed that up.
mm-hmm.
But anyway, I will be able to call my daddy if something happened.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, you can't even call your parent when things are happening. I think that's a shame because there's a lot of kids out there. There are a lot of teenagers out there right now don't have nowhere to go because their home life is so bad.
Mm-hmm. It makes me feel grateful for my mom because I hear so many people in my age group who have kids and their parents don't do shit to help them at all, to look out for
Nothing.
or look after their grandbabies or nothing. And then if they do want to, it's always something, some type of compensation, something that you got to do for them. My mom was never like that for me. Never. Even when I was living at home and I was working, that's the one thing I can say. My parents never asked for a dime of my money, but I always helped anyway.
You know what?
And it's like I just don't understand how somebody cannot love their grandkids. Your kids created your grandkids.
Right,
How can you not
right.
to spend time with them or not want to help your child? Like if you see your child struggling, don't just leave them and throw them to the wolves. Like
It's
help them out.
Then
Like
it's a control factor. It's a control factor, darling. It's a control factor. They don't have control anymore. My mother was telling me that she wasn't even allowed to go off her front porch at age 16.
see,
That's
no,
how she.
that bad. My daddy
Yeah,
went.
that's that. Yeah, 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 yeah. My mother's mother was just that bad, and I didn't like her.
And
I'm
that's
gonna be
back in the day when it was a little bit safer for kids to be out. Like back in the
That's
day,
how my mother
they
ended up. That's how my mother
had
ended up.
bikes around the whole city and
Yeah,
be good. Like
girl, we go
they
outside when in the
still
seventies.
found
In the 70s, we would go outside and wouldn't come back in till nighttime, till the
yeah,
lights,
I
till
could
the
do that.
street lights come on. Okay,
I wish
but
I
now you can't do that. You cannot do that now.
and we
Okay,
didn't do it back in the '90s for real. Like we could, but it was only so far we could go.
right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
And he's like, okay, y'all can go around the block, you know what I'm saying, but don't go around the whole neighborhood cruising, and you know what I'm saying, like. But then in the
I
2000s,
left Chicago in the 90s because of how bad it got. I left Chicago because I had a baby, and they were doing things to kids, and I had to go. So I
Chicago.
ended up moving to Ohio. Yeah,
Mhm.
Chicago ain't no joke. And I didn't see a future there.
Mm-hmm.
you know, and I was trying to get away from some abusive shit. So it was time to when it was time to roll out. I packed up my baby, got in my Lincoln Continental, and I rolled on down the damn highway.
Mm-hmm.
You know, get on, Flintstone. I'm not about to sit here and fight with no grown ass man. I'm not about to do that. I don't even like you like that, bro. You know, it's not that I. Being honest, I didn't love my daughter's father. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't. I got what I wanted. 31 years old, and we planned her out. After that, I didn't really need you for nothing because you weren't a provider for me. You
Mm-hmm.
didn't provide anything for me. You didn't feed me or anything like that. So what do I need you for? You already gave me what I wanted. See, I feel like this.
You was on some savage shit.
Yeah, I feel like this right here. Yeah. I'm being dead ass honest.
As I get older, I'm getting more like that. But when I
Yeah.
was young, I was so gullible, naive, nice. Hey, that was what scared my daddy. Like, oh no. Nah. And then I was a beautiful child too.
Hmm.
So that just made it even worse. Like my daddy used to, oh my god.
No, see, for me, I was never the bathing beauty or none of that stuff like that. So I wasn't the first pick because I was fat. And you done froze up. Ah, oh, you back?
I'm
Okay, yeah,
yeah.
you back. Yeah, you froze up for a minute. Yeah, but for me, I was not the pretty girl. I was not that person. I was the pretty girl's friend.
Okay.
Okay, Jazz was the pretty girl though. See,
Mm-hmm.
she was totally different. She was the pretty girl, but all her friends were just as, except for one. See, you know, it's always got to be one. But all of her friends were banging, except for one. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna even put her out there like that, but yeah.
You said that's an ugly bitch.
Woo! Where y'all get her from? But anyway, you know, if it is what it is, you know, it was Jazz's group was a bunch of pretty ass girls from chocolate to light skin to high yellow. You know what I mean? And you done froze up. Oh, okay? We're good. We're good. But yeah, your kids, your daughters, your kids. Period. They're not safe anymore.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way. Now, see, when I was growing up on the south side of Chicago, 67 the East End, I could walk to the store for my mother and get her a pack of cigarettes with a note on my chest. You know,
Mm,
a note in my hand and go get her a pack of cigarettes at the store. But the store was 4 blocks away.
mm. Yeah, no.
Imagine letting a 5-year-old walk by themselves now, 4 blocks
Hell,
away. I wish I would.
hell, fuck no.
I wish I would.
Mm,
Okay. I used to walk to school on my own at 4 and 5 years old in Chicago. Nobody bothered me
yeah.
because at the time we had a neighborhood. If I did something wrong by the time I got home, my mother already knew about it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Everybody looked out for each other.
They don't do that now.
They don't.
They don't. Because the first thing you want to say with these badass kids in school, don't say nothing to my child. Well, I'll knock that motherfucker out. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You don't want nobody saying getting your child in order, but your child is out here just doing shit
That they ain't got no business.
that they ain't got no business doing. But you don't want nobody to say nothing to them. But when that cop shoot them down in the street, now you want everybody to get behind you and start marching. I'm not marching for shit.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I'm too lazy to be out there walking around with a sign in my hand, marching. Welcome, marching. No, fuck you. I'm not marching. What marching did for? When you think about it, what has marching done for our people?
I think marching has made a significant impact to a certain
Really?
extent, in my opinion. Yeah, because I feel like without us doing that, we wouldn't have got to where we at now. And it might not be the best now, but we somewhere we better than we was back in.
Coming from the girl that won't vote. See what I'm saying? Do you not see I got you, right? You see I got you there. Coming from the girl that won't vote, but you want to go out there and march. I wish I
I-
would go out there and sweat.
like I'll stand out there and I'll support them and I'll cheer them on, but personally, aren't. That, but I'm not against it. Stand up for your right. If you feel like that's something that you need to do to get people's attention, then do that. Like I'm with it. Like I feel like it does help to a certain extent. Nowadays, marches have happened so much to hold a march. Now it probably wouldn't hold no weight. But back then, I feel like it was significant, and it helped. Did help push us to get to where we at to a certain extent. We was here, now we here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay, so you okay? The march, okay. Marching helped us get some damn Juneteenth bullshit and a statue,
and a statue. What statue?
some shit, some shit they got down there in somewhere. It's a statue they put up, some statue of Juneteenth or some statue they put up. Like okay, so they took down a statue of the Confederates. Okay, yay, they took it down. Good, good. Okay, okay, baby. Thank you, T. I really appreciate that. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know about the marching.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the people that are in power now, they don't give a damn about you marching.
Right. Like today, yeah, marching is a different thing today, but it helped back in the day. Is what I'm saying. I
So
think.
okay, that march over the march that MLK did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, okay.
I mean, it's not like I know all of them, but I'm
I
not gonna
know.
say
I'm
that
just
they.
saying. I'm going with the main one. They always throwing out there. They always throwing up Martin Luther King and all this kind of stuff. Okay, yippee. Okay. See, I was born back in them days. I don't know. I don't even know. I didn't even know it was a march going on. That's how protected I was as a kid.
Mhm.
Okay, I didn't realize that we were. I didn't even realize that black was. I didn't even know nothing about being black. I was just Charlene. You understand what I'm saying? That's how I grew up. I was just Charlene. I didn't know that I was undesirable. I didn't know that we were lower on the totem pole because that's not how I was raised. Okay. It took me going out into the world to find out, oh shit, they don't like us.
Yeah.
Thank you, baby. I appreciate you sharing the show. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I really appreciate it, baby. Yeah, I just don't I don't get into the uh physical. I'm not going out there to march. I'm not going to call my congressman. I'm not going to do none of that because they're going to do what they want to do anyway.
At the
Now,
end
at the end of the day, they're going to do it
of it.
because I'm going to tell you before the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade, they knew they knew exactly what they were doing.
Because a lot of those things be in discussion for long periods of time without us knowing about it.
Exactly.
So
That's how come I'm surprised that you ain't been watching this J6 the well the
I
what is this? Not a trial,
heard
but it's,
I don't keep up with certain.
yeah, I know. You know you got three babies and a job. Girl, I understand. But see, I'm an old ass woman that ain't got nothing else to do with her life, and now I'm sitting here trying to figure out what the hell is going on. So yeah, I'm paying more attention
And
now
like a lot of older people are scared for how the world is today, whereas a lot of
because
people,
it wasn't like that.
yeah, a lot of
But
people.
I'm not. But see, now it's a difference. I don't know what the other old black folks were scared of.
Mm-hmm.
I know what the old white folks scared of with
Mm.
they old ass. I know what them bitches scared of.
I think the older black people are more scared of the government because at this point, y'all don't know what they're gonna do with y'all. Y'all already being mistreated. I've worked in nursing homes where
Oh, I used to be a nurse's
so
aide.
short staffed to where people wasn't getting changed on time. People was getting all types of bed sores that wasn't getting cleaned properly on time because so many people don't want to work for older people. So many people just want to toss them to the side and just not care about them no more.
Right. I
Like
used
that.
to work as a nurse's aide. I was a nurse's aide in Toledo, Ohio, and I liked my job
Mhm. Mhm.
because I was getting a lot of knowledge. I met a lady. She used to be a fan dancer when she was, with the fans and everything. The black lady. She was so pretty. She was almost 100 years old. She was still gorgeous.
Mm.
And I bought her some. I even bought gifts for my residents. For Christmas, I would buy like if I would find out what they like. Like she used to like the color. So I bought her these big ass coloring books and crayons, and she said, "Oh, I'm gonna be up all night." She was excited, you know. And when you get a chance to talk to a person, I had met this lady. She said she hadn't had sex in 40 years.
40 years.
40 years. And I looked at her. I say, "My girl, I'm gonna be right behind you," because I was working on my 5th year by that time. Okay, uh, I'm like, I'm cool. I met my mate. You did, hey, mom. Me and you. I used to talk to her all the time. People don't talk to old people
Mm-hmm.
because they think the young kids think they know everything. They don't
Mm-hmm.
want to hear what the older person has to say. Now, I done been through some shit. Okay, that's how come I can understand. If you say you bipolar, I've worked with residents that were bipolar where they had got violent and ended up in the
And
nursing home.
well, I done worked with them too.
And
Mm-hmm.
ended up in the nursing home. I talked to a lady when she was lucid. She was bipolar, and she said, "I'm gonna tell you, I will pull your out your throat when I'm going through it." I
You
said, "Yep, I can tell, baby." I said, "Don't
there?
look."
If
I
you
said, "I can
there
I can
panic
understand it."
episode, ain't no telling.
Right.
Because medicine only helps so much. If you push me, but it take a lot to push me. It takes
Hmm.
a lot to push me. You gotta do something to really get me there, even if I am in the episode. But I'm more liable to whip your ass if
Oh,
I'm.
you know what? It's not good to be like that. It's not
It's
good. It's
not.
not good
It's
to feel
not.
like that about people.
You know.
You know.
Mm.
Hey, Rich. Hi, honey, 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 honey. Yeah, you didn't get my notification. Nobody's getting notification. Oh, Rich said, "Hey, this is a good
Hey,
time. That's who I want you to talk to." Rich, I really need you to get with her because she does not have any management. She does not have, bro. We got to talk. Yeah, good. Yeah, Rich. Yeah, you need to really get with Nikita because that's who you need to talk to. So yeah, I expect for y'all to come up with something because you are a talent and you need to be heard. So yeah, we're going to work on that. Okay, Rich said make it happen. Right, he's right here. He's right here. Make it happen. We're gonna make this happen, and we're gonna take care of that. But like I said, when with these kids now, I really wish I was a grandmother because I was gonna tell them all. I was planning on telling them all about Jasmine and all. When she would say, like if I was your kid's grandmother, and you would tell them, yeah, don't do this, don't do that. And I'd be over in the corner, so yeah, she did it when she was a kid.
mm-hmm.
I was gonna do all of that. I was gonna have
Um,
fun with it. I want to have fun with it. You
mm-hmm.
know, I wanted to hang out with my grandchildren. I wanted to be able to hang out. And if your grandchildren are spending time with your mother, that is great.
Mm-hmm.
I think it, especially if you guys are have a loving relationship.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing better. I see a lot of people with their grandchildren, and some of them don't want to do shit because they still want to be out in the hood. They still want to be shaking their butt.
Mm-hmm.
You 60 years old. You don't go sit your ass down somewhere.
Like, go retire, go live your
You
life.
girl, come on, man, come on, do something else. Because there, yeah, I've gotten down to that size that I could put the shit on, but that don't mean I need to be wearing it.
Mm-hmm.
Some things are just inappropriate. Okay,
I
some,
agree. Some
some
women
things are just.
that boundary. Like, I'd be like, I would never let. And then even some of the stuff kids be wearing some days, and
Have
I'm
you seen? Have you paid attention on TikTok? Not, well, not no what Instagram, where these hood rats are dressing their babies up to look like hood rats.
What is that? A trend?
I don't know what it is. Where they got the little short. This is a 6-month-old with a halter top on, some Daisy Dukes,
Yeah,
and some rolled down. I'm like, wait a minute,
yeah.
what
With hoop
is wrong
earrings.
with y'all?
I remember I couldn't wear hoop earrings when I was young. I couldn't get no hoops till I was like 16, 17. Like,
I told Jazz wanted a tattoo, and I said, well, first of all, where you want to get it at, gotta have a flat stomach.
mm-hmm,
I said, plus you ain't 18 yet.
mm-hmm.
Why did Pepper go get a tattoo with my name on her arm? They're gonna come to the house and say, Mama, I know you told me don't look. And then show me her arm with my name around her wrist, right? I looked at it. I said, you think you're slick.
Mhm.
What you did was, yeah, I went on and got a tattoo, but if I put her name, she won't be mad.
Mhm.
I was still mad.
Mhm.
Okay. Not as mad as I could have been because I said, I was like, this chick here is really,
And how old was she?
she was, Jazz was about 14, 15, maybe
Oh.
15. 15, I had told her to wait till she was 18. I said, just a couple more years, baby. And then she got not just a tattoo, she wouldn't got a belly ring. I
Oh.
said, I told you don't get the belly ring until you. She said, my stomach flat. She came in, she fled. She went on a diet and lost that weight down, and because she wasn't even really that big, it was depression.
Mhm.
Okay, and once she got out and was able to be free, the weight just fell off of her because she was not meant to be big. No way, that was my job, you
Mhm.
know. So she wouldn't get all these things. And I'm just looking at her. I'm like, just don't put a tattoo on your face.
Yeah. Please don't. Or on your lower back. Please don't.
Too late. Too late. Too late. When I saw it, I was like, no. But then she covered up what she had. It was just a big flower, and it
Mhm.
was really pretty. And then she had the thing going down her arm. She just lost her mind. She was just, all on her legs. And then she had one on her chest. If you look at her wedding pictures, you can see the big tattoo that goes across her chest. And I'm looking at them like, you're still gorgeous, though. Sometimes you just look at your kid and wonder, I really made that, and
Oh.
I look at those days. Don't you look at your kids and sometimes I really made that? You proud, the proudness in you as
Mhm.
a mother when you look at your children. There's nothing better.
Nothing better.
It's not. So let me get back. I want to get back to you and how we're gonna get this music out. I want you to send me some stuff so I can send it over. Okay, and then we're gonna have a meeting so we can get things in order because, like I said, you need to be heard. Your music
I
needs to
want to
be.
be heard.
You need to be. I mean, because I'm telling you, when I first heard you in, I think it was the Green Game. Well, it wasn't Green Game. Oh, yeah, it was our live. Yeah, and that's where I first heard you, and I was like, yo, they got some that shit. Yeah, she got some stuff. And Jazz wanted to do a track with you. You didn't know it though. She
Aww.
did. And there were a couple of artists that she was going to do work with. They bullshit around. And she had sent songs out to them and they played like they didn't get them and all of those shit. That's another reason why I stopped coming to live shows because people were lying.
Mhm.
Okay. A lot of people just want to be in on the conversation.
Mhm.
I'm not that type of person. I'm not ready to boost you up and I don't like your music.
Mhm.
Okay. That's another reason why I stopped going to the live show. Uh, if I don't like your stuff, I was sitting on panels and I'm like, I heard the music. I didn't like it, but I act like I didn't hear it. Oh, I didn't even hear it, y'all. What happened? You know, I'm lying my ass off. I heard that trash, but I'm not that person that's going to say, I'm not that person that's going to boost somebody's head up. I didn't do my daughter like that. If it was a track that she had that I didn't like, man, we got to rework that bad boy right there because that ain't it. I used to sit here and watch her write
Mhm.
and listen to her, and then I would say, okay, you're being too wordy.
Mhm.
Too many words, so cut it back some. And when she would get into her element, there's nothing more beautiful than watch a person that's in their art do their art. That's how come I see it. It's always good to meet an artist and find out where they're coming from, see where their heart is,
Mhm.
because that way you know where to help.
I made that album. That was my first ever project that I ever put out. Didn't know
Mm-hmm.
what I was doing. I wrote some of it when I was in a homeless shelter. And then I ended up moving to Texas and I wrote a couple other songs. Um then I wrote a couple other songs when I moved to Texas, and then
Mm-hmm.
I moved back up here in November 2019, and that was when I actually started recording it. And I was living with my mama. I was broke. I had met some people I ain't had no business meeting, and ended up
Oh Lord.
started using drugs. I was going through the most when I released that album. I was not in a good place at all when I dropped it, and because of that, I didn't put my all and my effort into it. I just wanted to record it and put the shit out. I
Oh.
didn't mix and master and none of that. Like,
Oh shit! You know what? I'm gonna tell you, girl. Wait a minute. Wait. Wait. That was the problem when I started going into the live show and was sitting there in jazz music. That's all I heard was production, production, production.
mm-hmm,
Okay,
mm-hmm,
but if you have crappy ass producers, the beat might have sounded good, but
mm-hmm.
they didn't know how to mix and master it.
And a lot of people don't know how to mix and master singers' voices that well.
Right.
They used to working with rappers, but not singers. And I have a very strong, powerful, soulful voice.
Yes, you do.
You have to
Yeah, I know.
you have to know how to mix and master my vocals for sure. Otherwise, it's gonna sound like trash, or it's gonna sound like ghetto trap music. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
and that's
Right.
how a
No,
lot of
you're
people
absolutely
don't
right. You're
know.
absolutely right. No, you're absolutely right. Rich told me don't tell my secrets because I won't get on no
Mhm.
more panels.
Now you can't be on no more panels.
Because yeah, but seriously though, but yeah, you have to have the right mix of production. I mean, because if your engineer does not know your voice, you're going to have nothing but garbage.
Hmm.
Because people are not, for some reason, they're not listening to what people say anymore. They're listening more for a beat, and that I think uh, takes away from the artistry. What's the name of the project? Is it out on? Rich wants to know what's the name of your project. Is it out on any platforms?
No, it's no longer out on platforms, but it was called The Introduction of Nikita Rose. And I used to be in the Green Game reviews like constantly. Like I think every single one I used to
Yeah,
be
you
in
was.
music all the time. It was only 5 songs long. I still got them though, of course. But
Okay, can you forward them to me and I can forward them over to Rich?
yeah,
Or tell you what you do? No. We're not gonna do it like that. What you're gonna do is forward them to Rich yourself. You guys are gonna get in contact and you forward his music, your music over to him, and we're
Mhm.
gonna work it from there.
Well, only thing I gotta say to that is, Rich, just when you listen to it, just keep an open mind to it. Just pay attention to my lyrics and my voice. I will tell you ahead of time, the production is not the greatest. The engineering is not the greatest on a lot of
But do
these.
you have the stems
But
for
I
it?
write
Do you
my
have
own.
the stems? Do you have the stems?
No, I don't have the stems. I
Uh,
don't.
See, that's my problem. That's the problem I have. I have
Mhm,
none of the jazz stems.
mhm, mhm.
But he can still listen. He's still open mind. Is a,
Yeah,
hey Dave, how you doing?
I think you'll like it though. Like it's not super trash. My music is
Okay.
not like
No,
I
it
think
never. None of your work is super trash.
none of my trash.
But you know
It's
what? We
production.
need just
Like,
send it to him. Send it to him. What you're gonna do is y'all gonna be friends on Facebook and friend up each other. Okay. Rich is the real deal, and he'll get your music heard. Cause I'm telling you, you're right, Dave. Nikita, he said Nikita's fire. Okay, so yeah,
thank you.
there it is, right there. So yeah,
Hey.
he's okay. This is what Rich just said. He said, "I'm not worried about the quality. I listen to the talent. I can fix the rest."
Bet.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's another reason why I wanted to talk to you because there are a couple of other artists I got my eye on. You know, Charlene might as well go on to step out there and bring the music back to where it was supposed to be because I don't like the music we have now. I rather see artists that are actually into it for the artistry, you know. So, and if you need help, I feel like if I know somebody that can do it,
Hmm.
why not? Why not get you where you want to be? Because even I feel like, and tell me if I'm wrong, even if you get a chance to play clubs, small venues.
Oh, I've performed before. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just saying, if you get I feel like a cult following is better than anything else. The reason I say that,
I know what you mean.
that cult following is going to carry you through.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Loyal.
because they're loyal. Because even if I'm going to bring her up, Beyonce, she has a cult following.
Does.
You understand what I'm saying?
Crazy.
She
No name and
okay. What you call the women? Wait. Where they want to know where you at. What state you in?
I'm in Michigan. I'm just outside Detroit.
See, not that far away, not that far away, girl. Look, man, listen. The green game is everywhere. No, seriously, they everywhere. And yeah, we need to touch bases and get that done, so you can get your music out, because it makes no sense for you to be sitting there and not being heard. You
Yeah.
know, you know what I'm saying. But like I was saying, if you could get into the small venues and get that, because somebody was telling me if you can get 100 people or 200 people that are going to buy your material, they're going to stream your music, they're going to stream your music, they're going to buy your merchandise, you can make a pretty good living and be able to sustain yourself until you get the break that you want.
Mm-hmm.
You won't have to work so hard at a job for somebody else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what it's
That's
about, doing what you love and making money out of it.
absolutely.
So that's what I meant. If everybody can get to the point where we can do what we love instead of being forced to get up at. I remember when I started working at Brock Candy Company when I was in Chicago. It was my first real full-time job, because I used to work for Children and Family Services during the summertime.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
when I started working for Brock Candy Company when I was like 18, I went to work that first day, and when I woke up the next day, I said, "Damn, I got to do this every day." I went once, ain't that enough? This is what I'm thinking. You know what I'm saying? I went once, ain't that enough? And when Jazz started working for real, she said, "I got to go every day." I said, "Yep, you got to go every day." Shout out to the Midwest. Yep, you got to go every day. And when you find out you got to go to the job every day, that's when you need to start finding out what it is that I can do, where I won't have to come here, but I can still sustain myself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
A lot of people, yeah, they went into the drug trade. I tried it. Money came too fast for me. I was like, nope, 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 nope. This ain't life. This ain't it. This ain't it. I did it for one. I think I was a drug dealer for maybe 2 hours, and I dipped the hell out. No, seriously, that was not the life for me. It was not. Plus, I was scared of getting in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
I had a child. Let me go out here and give me a damn job like I've been doing. Everything is not meant for everybody. So I had to figure that out. That this was not the life for me. Doing drugs was not the life for me. Drug scene, period, was not the life for me. That's another reason why I don't understand why they won't get these kids something to do. They took everything. By the time you came out of school, did they have like she said 4 hours resign before sign? You sure did. Look, when you were in school, did they have like home economics and you had home ec?
Mm-hmm. We had home ec. We had a baby class. We had a bunch of different things. That was
Jazz
back.
didn't have that. She didn't have it, and
Mm-hmm.
y'all's about the same age.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all didn't have. She didn't have it. By the time she got in school, they didn't have drama club and gospel choir.
Yeah, they got rid of our choir like after my
All of
first.
that was gone. ROTC, even that was gone. Nothing as far as wood shop, home ec. They even taught me how to sew on a sewing machine in high school. They had none of that by the time Jazz came.
Mm-hmm.
None of that. So they
Not at
took
though. This was in middle school, but
right. They
about my freshman sophomore year, a lot of those programs had been taken
take it
away.
out. I mean, wood shop, the mechanics. They had the guys down there working on cars.
Yeah,
They
we
took
had all
all of
them
that out.
top. Yeah.
He said he had a baby class. He said kind of, you know. Let me see. Wait. Okay, well, you say baby class, kind of. You know what? Let me stop. Open. You know
So
what?
electronic baby that you had to take home with you, and it was a
You
parent.
know what? I didn't get that. I didn't have that. But they used to carry that down the white schools. They would take eggs, an egg or whatever the hell it is. They're supposed to take
Yeah,
care of the
yeah,
egg.
panic babies. And
Yeah.
3 hour sleep schedule, and you had to still come to school and everything. But it was only for like a week though.
No,
It
they
had,
didn't do that when I had heard about it, but I was old as hell and I had Jasmine by then. I had heard about it, but she wasn't in school at the time. She was a baby. You know, they were doing it. By the time she got in school, they didn't have that. They didn't have it. I mean, they took out everything STEM wise, where these kids could. They didn't have to go to college. Now they forcing people to go to college and making them pay out the ass.
no, I
Okay.
didn't just to go to college either.
Hmm.
And graduated 2010.
You did?
Mhm. Yeah, they didn't force us to go. I did have I had a full ride to go to Wayne State University for music education. Cuz I wanted to go and play my clarinet. That was what I wanted to go and do, and I wanted to be a music teacher.
Okay.
I was pregnant with my daughter at the time, and even though daycare and expenses and all of that was already taken care of, I let my mom talk me out of not going because we was afraid that when my daughter, she would have been like 3 months by the time I went to college. And my mama just wasn't comfortable with it. She was like, I don't feel comfortable with you moving up there by yourself so young. You got a newborn baby, you in college. You know, college life is not what you think it is. Like, it's a little bit, it's
It's
wild,
wild.
you
It's
know?
Girl, wait a minute. I was in high school and my we took our gospel choir went to Illinois State for the weekend.
Mhm.
Girl, let me tell you, yo, them kids they was having a blast. I mean, even though they just showed us a really good time when we went up there. The only thing is, that's when I found out certain people smell like dogs when they got wet.
Shut up, bro. You ain't got no sense.
I didn't know, bro. I mean, seriously, I
Smell
didn't
like
know.
wet grass.
Girl, I was in the shower. I went and took a shower because it's a weekend or whatever. When I see room, the bath area was clear. I went there and take a shower, and I said, "What is that smell? I know it's not me." Why I come out and this girl was getting dressed? I say it's true. What the hell? I could not believe it, but I didn't want to say anything. I
Hmm.
just left the hell out. But I went home and told my mama. I sure did. I went home and told my mama. They smell like dogs when they get wet. She said, Charlene. I was like, no, that's what they was saying cologne was made for. That's why people, when I was young, they said cologne was not made for us. I didn't understand that concept. So I went to that college that weekend and found out why. And I'm talking about this way too much, and I don't want to seem like I'm picking on nobody, but it was my experience. These are the weird. This is the weird shit that I went through. Finding out when I got a chance to get out in the world and find out different things about different people. I'm like, okay, all right, all right. I even dipped to the other side and dated one. Couldn't do it.
I can't date one. I've been one, but I can't date one.
I tried it. I black man is for me, but I don't even want a man.
I love
And,
me
and yeah, and because my daughter's father, he was when I say dark,
that dark Hershey chocolate. It be something about that fresh melanin honey silk skin.
I don't know what it is, but I used to have a crush on this dude. He was pretty.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean when I say pretty, he was pretty. He was half and half, and
Mhm.
he had the long hair. Okay, and if you see him from the back, you would think he was a woman because of his hair.
Mhm.
Okay, but he was a cool dude, but he knew. I think he knew he was pretty
It be the ones that be knowing.
because at the time I was a big girl, and I was like 15, 16 years old, something like that. He told me we could have some pretty babies if you wasn't fat.
Excuse me, me being fat ain't stopping shit.
You see, I tell him when I get ahead, Jasmine, I say, Ricky, you missed out because bam, and I was still fat when I made her. You know what I'm saying? It has nothing to do with and she was not a fat girl. So that my DNA it was the daddy's DNA actually that
Mhm.
makes the children. You know that, right?
Mhm.
It's the male sperm that determines whether you're gonna have a boy or a girl.
Mhm.
We just the carrier.
Mhm.
That's it. That's it. And I carried a dime piece, and I ain't mad at it. You know what I
Period.
mean? Period. So you could say that no, Charlene, you wasn't the prettiest, but I made $100 bill, so whatever.
Mhm.
I'm cool with it. You
Mhm.
know, another reason why I wasn't doing the live show and didn't want to put my face on the screen because my daughter was so gorgeous to me that I didn't want to put my face out there because they're gonna say that's your mama.
Oh,
But
girl.
no, but seriously, she didn't care.
Mhm. Of course.
She thought I was beautiful.
Mhm.
Who are you talking to? I mean, come on, bro. Have you seen me lately? Have you paid attention to what is going on
You don't
here?
you
You know
what?
what I mean? It's a lot going on, bro. So, but she made me feel loved. We had a hard time. We had our fights or whatever, but she made me feel loved. And I just want you to have that closeness with your kids.
Mhm.
There's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. Even with the mental thing that you have going on, when you look at your children, you don't feel that depression.
Mhm.
You feel nothing but joy.
Mhm.
And I would love to feel that with grandchildren, but it's not meant for me. So I have to figure out another way of finding joy. So if helping somebody get where they want to go, that's pretty much it for me. I want to help somebody else get where they want to go. If I'm okay in the end, that's cool. Because I'm not really looking for anything anymore.
Mhm.
But I don't want you to get to this age and not looking for anything. I don't want you to get to my age and say, fuck it, it is what it is. You
Yeah.
know, always be able to learn something. Always be able to willing. If your daughter asks you to go somewhere to go, because you don't want to in the end say I should have went and something happened, or you don't get that opportunity anymore because now I don't have that opportunity to go have Jasmine drag me anywhere. She used to drag me places. Mom, you going? No, I don't want to go. I wish I had gave in more. And at the end of your life, you don't want to be. I wish I had gave in more. You don't
Yeah.
want to do that, you know. And then you don't want to give up on your dreams because that means that teaches your child to give up. Oh, we all think of you. What you talking about? Shut up, man. Dave, thank you, Dave. But it's just it's hard being a single woman. Then add on being a black woman.
Yeah.
Okay, so it doesn't. It you have to move differently. You have to move more carefully.
Mhm.
And with the things that are going on around us, we just here. And we have to share the earth with people that don't want to be here.
Yeah.
No, seriously, we sharing the earth with demons.
Yeah.
When you think about it, you have to watch, you have to be on cue on everywhere you go to. Now you have to, they just shot up somewhere else. I think it was somewhere in Michigan. Was it Michigan? What was it? I think it was. Michigan, they just had a shootout somewhere up there is at a festival or something. I know they did it in Illinois, but people are just shooting up stuff. That's not, yeah, they just, if you're in a crowd, just, I will never go to another festival. Jasmine's festival that she went to, that was the first one. That'll be the last one I go to.
Mhm.
I don't like crowds anyway. I don't feel comfortable around different entities, and I call them entities because it's a spirit.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay, and certain spirits don't sit well. You can see them. If you look at a person in the eyes, you can tell. If you're really in tune with your spiritual side, you can
Exactly.
tell. You can
You.
tell that this person is not right.
Yeah.
And I've met a lot of not right people, and I've met one what a couple of years before my daughter passed away. That when I looked at her, I could see the evil. I could see it. It was all over her. And then when her mother told me how evil she was, anytime your mama can't trust you because you set her up to be robbed, those are not the type of people I want to be friends with.
I had a friend who used to feel like that around my dad. She was like, "It's just we was young, so we ain't know nothing about spirituality or anything like that."
Mhm.
And she used to tell me, she would say, "He just seemed evil. He just seemed so off. I don't." And she actually stopped coming over because of that.
Mm.
Asked her, I had to ask her a few years later, like, did anything happen? She said, no, nothing specific didn't happen or anything. She just didn't like his aura. It was something about him. And now she one of the women that do like the tarot card reading and shit like that,
Okay.
all of
Okay.
that. And even us being like 10, 11, she knew. Like she just felt it being around him, being in the same room with him. Me, I'm being all naive and shit. I'm not knowing what. It's just I did now. Like when I walk around my dad, I can feel a dark cloud around.
Mm.
But I see him trying to shine through it. Like he not the man he was when we was younger. Like he done met him a new woman. He done got himself together. He's better,
Okay.
better. But
Okay.
that dark cloud will forever be around him. It'll forever be around him. That's what he carry. And I know that there's some things about my dad that just won't change just because that's just who he is. But yeah, I
My
had a
daughter died on the same day her father died 2 years later.
really. Mm,
And when she passed away, I said, "You came and took my daughter."
mm,
And that's what I felt. You
yeah,
know, uh, he wasn't he was wasn't a not a good. Well, I wouldn't say he wasn't a good person. Not really. He was like a example. He pretended to be illiterate just so he could get a check.
mm. He was one of them type of people, huh?
Yeah, yeah, and that didn't fit with me.
Mm,
That because I didn't mind working.
yeah.
He tried to get out of work, and when you try to you a grown man, you got 4 kids, my
And
one and his other three, and you trying not to work, bro. You
mm,
trying to wait on my food stamp card, bro. That didn't work for me. That didn't work for me. And then you want to put your hands on me too?
mm,
Oh, no, no, no. I was not gonna let Jasmine grow up thinking that was okay, but it ended up happening to her anyway. It. That's how come I say you have to watch who is around your kid, and when you work and you have to be gone for 8 hours, you don't know what's going on.
exactly.
So that's when you really have to be careful. And at one point, Jazz was a latchkey kid like I was,
Mhm.
but she knew to stay in the house, lock the door, don't open. She wouldn't even open the door for me. I said, "Jazz, open the door." Told me not to open it. Shh, you won't come open this door for your mama. I had to. She would not. Oh, she would not even come down to the door. That's how good she was. She would stay in her room. And when you come, I had to go get somebody that had a key to my house to let me in. She said, I heard the door. I was. She told you, said you told me not to open the door even if somebody knocked. I said, you didn't hear me talking to you? She said, nope, I just didn't open the door. I turned my TV up. And she was 5. How
Mhm.
can you argue with it? Because she did exactly what I told her to do.
Mhm.
Okay. Because she knew it was just me and her. Even though my mother's daughter lived right across from us, there was no relationship there.
Mhm.
You heard me say my mother's daughter, right?
Mhm.
Okay, there you go. So it's always just had been me and my kid, which is okay. It is what it is.
Mhm.
Now I just have to deal with the loss of her just not being here in the physical. So I have to believe in spirituality. I have to believe
Mhm.
because that's all I have to hold on to. You know, that's it, and that's what this platform is about. Now, is people get their feelings out, talking because there are millions of people out there that have nobody to talk to.
Mhm.
They don't, nobody's listening to them.
And I feel like that's why I share a lot of the things that I share, because a lot of people think that I share a lot when really y'all don't have no idea.
They
Like,
have no idea. You're not
I'm
sharing
more
nowhere
open.
near.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
not
just
sharing
more
nowhere near what you could share.
because I like to show people that you're not alone. Like, I relate to you. Like, I go through this too, but you're gonna be good. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. That's why I knew we needed to hold this conversation because I knew I'm not the only person out here that is feeling some type of way about the way things are going. And I pray for the people that are black.
Mhm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
That they labeled us black.
Mhm.
I fear for us. Okay. Because for some reason, did you hear your president say, oh, we're not just in trouble because of black people? What? Did you hear him? Did anybody hear that? Am I the only one that heard him say that this country is not just in trouble because of black people? Wait a minute, black people are not in control of anything.
Anything. Cause
So
y'all.
how are we the problem? We're not the ones in control.
Yeah, they just want us to be. They just want us to be the problem instead of blaming themselves.
Have you paid attention to like okay, like with the they got a whole bill of Asian hate crime bill.
Yeah, I heard of that.
Ain't that
I
cute?
heard of that.
Ain't
Yeah,
that cute?
it
That's
passed.
that's that's really special as hell.
Hmm.
But you got black folks still being strung up and don't nobody know how they got in a tree.
We still ain't got our reparations.
It-
Where the fuck are 40 acres and mule? And
They can give me a cow. I don't even have to have a mule. Give me a cow.
just give
Okay?
me 40 acres
Give
and
me
my
my
money.
40 acres, bro.
Y'all
I'll work it
had
from
my
there.
ancestors working forcefully for over 400 years. Yeah, I'm gonna need my back pay.
Yeah. Can I get that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, because like with Section 8 and things like that, these little government programs, do you know if you make $1 over, you are not eligible for those programs? That just happened to me.
I'm a single parent with 3 kids. Girl, I know. I
I
know.
remember one time they told me on welfare, well, you made $7 too much. You can't
Yeah.
get no food stamp. What the? I made $7 whole too much.
It's single parents out here whose food stamp card only get $15 a month because they make too much money to get enough food stamps, but they make just enough to where they can get them the $15. Like, y'all can keep this shit. Get it.
Guess what? They give me $1 every. They give me $1 a year on my food stamp card. They give me $1 a year.
Like, what is that? Y'all just wasting money at this point.
Jess say, "Mama, you got your dollar." She was laughing. I'm like, it ain't even funny. They is stupid. And then if you don't spend the whole dollar, they
Mhm.
will take it back.
Yes. It don't roll over. So
It
you
don't roll over.
can dollar all you want, but it is not gonna roll.
It will not roll over. You are done. You didn't spend that dollar. That's on you. Okay. I'm like, cause I had 10 cents left. They took that back the other day.
Mm.
10 cents. I said, damn. Y'all couldn't even let me buy a paper bag with that 10 cent, huh?
And it's crazy because I thought about getting on disability because I technically qualify.
Yeah, you do.
I've been in the psych wards before. I've had suicide attempts. I'm legally not allowed to own a gun because of my mental health, my mental wellness.
Yeah,
But
you don't need
I,
to own a gun.
yeah, I can't get a
No,
medical
no.
gun because of my medical history because
Right.
they check all of that.
Yeah.
So, like I've thought about getting disability because for the past few years, like I can't keep a job longer than like 4 5 months for real. Like I'll walk the fuck out just because I'm tired
Well,
or
have you thought about doing that?
do it, huh?
Have you thought about going on and just doing it, or you just don't want that on your record?
It's like I've thought about it, but physically I'm able to work. I,
Right.
nothing wrong with me. I can
Well,
get
well, wait a minute.
up to
Okay.
work.
Well, how about? Is there something you like to do? Now, we're not talking about the music. Is
Hmm.
there something you'd like to do that you can make into a product to put
Yeah,
out into the market?
yeah. I want to own a laundromat. The scribble dubs.
That's a good idea.
Hmm. That's
That's a because I thought about that. I was looking at the different things on YouTube. I'm a YouTube watcher. I don't
uh,
have a life, man. Okay. And we've been on here 2 hours and 50 minutes. We are having a great conversation. I'm gonna split these up. Is I'm gonna upload this up to my Anchor FM, but I'm gonna split it up. But we'll
okay.
get on 2 sessions. Split our time up. I'm just gonna sit here because I didn't even know they would let me be live this long. I like that. I thought they would cut me off at 2 hours. Well, we been on here 50 minutes over, and I'm having a great conversation with you. I really like this. I knew we were going to get along really well. But
Hmm.
like I was saying, with the as far as the music is concerned, I still want to help people get their music out. You know, Um I want to own my own piece of property, even though my daughter isn't here anymore. I still need to find a way of getting through the rest of life.
Right. Right.
But I'm gonna tell you something. For a long time, I stopped laughing because I felt like if Jazz wasn't here to laugh with me, there was nothing funny.
That's how I've been for the past year and a half. I ain't
That's
really laughing or smiling. Like, yeah, I'll upload pictures and shit,
yeah,
but in my personal life, I really don't have much enjoyment for real. Not for myself.
and you know what? That's not a way to live. We're not living. You know that, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how. And the thing about it is, I don't know how to. I'm about to start getting undressed. I'm going to tell you that now. I'm gonna start getting undressed because I'm pulling these earrings out. But anyway, for me, when my mother was living, I used to go to bingo.
Okay.
Okay, and yes, an old lady sport, but I liked it.
Bingo is fun, low key.
Yeah, we used to win money. We used to win money. My mother won 3,500 one time. At one time,
Hmm.
okay, and
Cashing
and I screamed
out.
louder than her. They said, "Well, it's her winning. Why you screaming?" I said, "Because it's our money." What the fuck you mean?
Right.
This is me and my mama. What are you talking about? So and I drove. So yeah, this is my mama. But we won, bro. Bingo. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, now I want to go. I want to go to bingo because I don't have an outlet. You know,
Hmm.
and I'm scared to go because I'm in a racist state that I didn't know was the original racist state. I had no idea.
Yeah, Philly was, yeah, it
I
was.
had no idea Pennsylvania was the touchdown point for the boats.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't know that. And
North Carolina, South Carolina, West Virginia, all that.
no, and we was talking about going to Virginia Beach. That's what me and Jazz were talking about moving to Virginia Beach. But then when I thought about now that I found out that Pennsylvania, which it took a friend of mine to
Hmm.
ask us, why did y'all go to Pennsylvania? That's the worst place for a black person.
Hmm.
I said, I didn't know that. I didn't know that it had that type of dirt.
Hmm.
You know,
Until you,
that comes from me not because I wanted to move to Pittsburgh. That's my original. I wanted to go to Pittsburgh, but the little white dude I was wrestling with said go to York. Okay, I guess it's better, Whatever. All right, whatever, bro. I ended up in York. You know what I mean? I feel like the only good thing that came out of being in this city was my daughter met her husband.
Mm.
Okay. In actuality, he was the first person she met when we moved to York. Okay. The
Mm.
first human being she met was the man she married.
Aw.
And I was like,
Love story, a black love story.
yeah, what the hell? How'd you pull that off walking down the street looking for weed?
Right.
Girl, because I had made her move here when she was 17. Because she had no choice. You underage, you gotta go with me. We out. You know what I mean? So we moved here and she was mad about it for a while. She said, I gotta have some weed. I gotta blah blah. So she said, I gave her she had her money. She had her money. She said, I'll be back. Walking down the street, and that's when she met her husband. You got weed? Nah, you see, you know what weed is? Nah, I got a weed. I got blunt. You got weed. It was like what you call it? Like what you call it? The movie. Got blunt, got weed. You know what I mean? And that was it. They was together from that day forward. How can I get in the way of that? How can I say no to that? When I was in the hospital, he looked out for her.
He is a good man.
He's a Leo too. His birthday is the 26th and mine is the 7th. And
I'm
I
not
said,
EOs and dating. I'm a Taurus.
I know, right? We are kind of hard to deal with. If
Not
you got,
yeah.
yeah, well, kind of.
The men be lying like hell.
They wild. But you know what? I'm gonna tell you, Jazz actually married the. She married a version of her mother. Usually, girls marry versions of their daddy. Jasmine married a version of her mother. The only difference between me and my son-in-law is that he is quiet with it. He's more dangerous with it because he don't say nothing. He don't talk. It's just next thing you know is it's over with. You know what I mean? And I never want to see him mad. Plus, he's from Brooklyn. He's original from Brooklyn, Crip. Crip, Crip. You know what I'm saying? So there's an old head. Man, he's younger than me, but still older than her. A couple of years younger than me. But people ask me, how'd you let her marry him? Because they were in love. Who the fuck am I to say? Who am I? I'm not God. Okay? If my daughter is happy and it's not hurting her, yes, I'm with it. I'm sorry. But it's like my daddy was all over again. My daddy used to say when I was younger, I'd rather see you with an older man treating you right than one of these young things I hear dragging you through the mud. And that's the way I felt. And that's what happened. Because Jasmine, even at her worst, he treated her like she was at her best. And that's what I didn't want nobody was going to put their hands on her. And Jazz, because Jazz had an attitude where, yeah, people might want to put their hands on her because she was like a mama. Mouth. A lot of people don't like mouth. They feel like men nowadays think that women have to be subservient. And that's another reason why I never dated, because I cannot be subservient. That word obey bothers me. What is it in the wedding vows to love and obey and no who? I can love you, but I'm not obeying you. You're not my daddy. That's another reason why I don't date, is because men feel like I don't like explaining myself to nobody.
Yeah.
Okay. I had a boyfriend and I had made a decision to do
Um,
something. He said,
you
you
like
should,
what you want when you want.
uh,
I said you headstrong. You like to do what you want when you want.
yeah, come on, who are you talking to? I had a daddy. You know what I mean? And I had a daddy, so I don't need you, sir. I'm good. I can think on my own, sir. And for me, honestly, I'm I don't know what that was. I think that my father had a lot to do with how I treated men. Okay.
A lot of girls' fathers do. A father plays a big impact on a little girl.
Yes, he does. And people don't understand that. They
And
don't
that
get it.
for a long time in my life, I was always searching for love in men instead of loving myself for who I was because I didn't get that love, that nurturing from my dad. So I was always looking for a man to be up under or
Ooh, you know what? I'm so sorry. I no, seriously. No, I'm sorry.
Mhm.
I'm gonna say sorry to you for him because no, my father was not in the home because he was not a good husband because he didn't he couldn't keep his hands to himself when it came to my mama. You know,
Mhm.
I saw all of that. I knew the bad part of him, but when it came to being a father part, I don't know how he separated the two, but he did.
Mhm.
Okay, I could not have asked for a better daddy
Mhm.
because he showed me what I didn't want.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And he showed me that if you can't do for me as much as my daddy do, I don't need you.
Mhm.
See, I was 26 years old. My daddy was still buying my clothes.
My daddy was supposed to take me school shopping when I was going to the eighth grade because
Mm.
all I had hit puberty and I grew out of everything. I told you I blew up like a balloon.
Mm.
And
I mean, stuff happens. You
yeah,
know, I had to have my breasts reduced. My breast was so big, I had to have them reduced. I was like a 54 double, triple G.
damn.
Girl, girl. These things were hanging in my lap.
Oh no, I couldn't.
No, they and when I had jazz, that's when they exploded. That's when they had exploded. And they asked me, was I going to breastfeed? And I said, there's no way I would traumatize my newborn
Fuck
with
around
these things.
for trying to
Fuck,
breast.
fuck around and we done smother them to death, you
Yeah,
know? Because
fuck around and lose her up
each
under.
breast, when the doctor reduced my breast, he said he took off 15 pounds off of each breast.
I believe it. Every woman in my family top heavy.
I was top heavy, I mean, top heavy. It feels funny not to have to wear a bra now. It does. It feels funny to be able to put on a shirt and not have to wear a bra. But I wear a bra because that's the way I was raised. Plus, these things are just, I'm like, damn, they look old. They damn cover them up. You know what I mean?
I can't be walking around with no bra on. I'll be like,
I went to the store the other day. I just put on a t-shirt. I was like, I stood up. I said, "You look like a boy." That's how much breast he took away. I look like a boy, which was I'm okay with it because I carried the things around for a long time. And I had a friend who used to tell me when I told him I said I was going to get him reduced, he got mad. Them are my friends. I said, but they're not friends to me.
right.
I'm the one that had to carry them on my back
You-
and bent over, back pain. So I have to do what I have to do. Okay, Rich say I put my. He say Rich said what the hell? What the fuck? Oh, say wait. Rich said I put my email in her messenger. Okay, he
okay.
okay, and then he said I expect to see some music in there by tomorrow evening.
Yes, sir.
You got that? All right then. Better, better.
I'm
All
a
right now.
singer and I'm a singing solo music.
Yeah, yeah. Sit in. Yeah, sit, girl. Sit in it.
I'm gonna send
Right,
everything I got with my voice on it.
right. Send everything you get so you can go through it because you're not gonna believe who's gonna be able to hear it. I'm not going to tell you, but you'll be all right. I
All right,
promise. I
let's go.
promise. I wouldn't tell you that something that I wouldn't have Jazz do.
Hmm.
Okay, Rich is in charge of her music or whatever. Now he's going to make the decision on. Look, bro, you got a good ear because the other day he told me to pick out a song. He picked out this particular song and told me to go to this particular place. He said, post it there. I said, man, I don't post music no more. Go post her music. Man, I went up in there and posted that track, and all I'm gonna say is, dude told me when I release it that's already going in the club. He's saying if I ask other people to put it in there, it's already there. He said, I'm waiting for you. I said, cool. So now all I got to do is get it cleaned up.
Mm-hmm.
It's over with. So if Rich got somewhere for you, some outlets, and he's got some outlets that damn, it took my breath away.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Sony.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, just just
Mama,
just
let's
yeah, just
it's a
send him to you music, and then he might be able to find some tracks for you to put your new voice on.
mm-hmm.
Put your voice on some new tracks. Just work with him.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
work with him, and let it let the blessings come to you.
Absolutely.
Okay, even though we know we both work with mental illness. You're just medicated, and I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
And I made the decision not to be medicated. I smoke a lot of marijuana. I smoke a lot of that, a lot of that, you know. But it's okay. I'm not on a bunch of psychedelics. And, and once you get a grip on your illness, and I know my triggers now.
Yeah, exactly.
I know that if somebody's saying something crazy, I have to excuse myself. So that's what I try to do is as far as the illness is concerned, because I really can't say what my mental illness is.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody never. I went to the psychiatrist. They never diagnosed me. The only one that told me I heard once say that I have delusions of grandeur.
I've heard of that.
Yeah. And when he said that, I looked at him. I said, "This is the last time I'm coming, because bitch, I don't have delusions of grandeur. It's just some things I don't need to put up with."
As
Okay.
long as you're doing anything to put you in danger or anything that's making you act outside of your mind or anything that's making you be anybody than who you are, then I would continue to support you on your growth and your journey if you
Right.
dedicated. Now, if you was just out here wilding and you was just being crazy grandma and you was just out here just living your best life, just flying on the freeway, just doing drugs,
Girl, yeah, I know, right? I
sex
know,
with
right?
multiple men, then I'd be like, okay, bitch, you need medication. Like, mom, I'm gonna need you to get on something because, and that's how I was. I was out here wilding, like,
Okay.
and I
Okay.
was wilding during my worst time, which is weird. Cause it was, and this is what I'll say. I'll say, I lost my house. We lost our house, in January 2018. Moved in with my mom for a little bit. I got into it with my mama, and my mama kicked me out. And she was like, "You ain't taking the kids because I know you ain't got nowhere to go." So
Yeah, that's about right, though. That's about right.
my kids ended up staying with her. I ended up moving into a homeless shelter. Before I moved to a homeless shelter, though, I pretty much was just anywhere, just
Mm-hmm.
lay my head at or whatever. Still trying to work, still trying to, do everything.
Right.
First time in my life that I had time away from my kids since I was 17. And it was the first time in my life where I was really coming into who I was as a person.
Uh-huh.
Because I wasn't doing none of the stuff that I was doing when I was homeless, when I was with my kids.
Okay.
Even had our place. So it was like I'm grateful that I went through that, even though I was manic as hell. And during this time, I was manic for months, and that's how I knew that's how they knew, and my doctor knew that I had bipolar disorder because my mania lasted for like 3 months.
Oh.
Every day, I was just euphoric happiness, like unreal happiness, like unreal excitement, like to the point where the average person who don't go through depression or any mental
Mm-hmm.
illness will look at me and be like, "She not right. Something not right with her." And I was just doing shit. I was just doing shit I ain't had no business doing, but I was doing it because I wasn't in my right mind.
Oh.
I wasn't thinking straight. I was just
Right.
trying, just
Right.
doing shit because I
It was
was
just
so
out there.
I was so manic. I was so confident. I was so sure of myself. when I was in that episode, I
Hmm.
whatever I wanted to do, and I didn't give a fuck what anybody else thought about it.
Oh yeah, you was out there.
Yeah,
Yeah, you was out there.
I
You was
really
out there, baby. You was out there, baby.
did not get on no medication until I was about 28, 29. And like I said, I'm 30 now. So this is pretty much new, all new.
Okay, okay,
Which is why I've been having a hard time I've been having, just trying to relearn my life and refocus back to, okay, you're a parent.
right,
Now you need a routine, you got to schedule, you got to work, so balancing all of that plus all the things I go through up in here
right.
it's been a lot. So that's kind of one of the reasons why I haven't dropped, in a while. Even though I never stopped singing, I never stopped.
Mm.
I
Well,
was still. I just went.
you're gonna always do what you love. You just
Mhm.
some people put it on the shelf for a while, because life happens.
Yeah,
I just don't want me saying I don't want. I just would hate for you to put it on the shelf and you just forget about it.
yeah, and that's what I don't want to do.
Yeah, because that is what brings you joy.
Hmm.
And once you lose your joy, what else is there? And that's what another reason why I want to talk to you, because I don't want them to get to the point where I'm at where I don't have any joy. Because see, I don't really have joy anymore.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Um, the most joy I get is sometimes I will let my dog sleep in the bed with me. My little babies. Now my pit bull, I
Hmm.
can't let him sleep in the bed with me because he's stupid.
He wild.
He's 100 pounds.
Oh yeah, him big boy.
Exactly. He's only 3 years old. Okay, and so no, you cannot get in my bed, you big face bitch. You know what I'm saying? His he can. I'll watch this dog put my little dog put his whole head in my dog's mouth.
Oh wow.
But he see that's the type of people he is. He
He ain't
ain't
kill him
he,
or nothing. He ain't gonna hurt him. He
he ain't
just
about
like,
to.
man, he just be playing too damn much, don't he?
Yeah, he'll get out on his all fours and let them climb all over him, and they've been in the house together for over 2 years together, because uh, um, 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 Checkers was only maybe 7 or 8 months old when we got the other two. He might
Hmm.
have been a year old. We got the other two. Okay, so he was still young when we got there. So they've been in the house together for almost 3 years. So yeah, because people ask me how do they get along by them being two Shih Tzus and him
Hmm.
being a pit bull. But they get along. It depends on how you train your dogs.
Hmm.
Nobody in here argues. We don't argue, and so this house is not in an uproar. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? And my pit bull will lay on his back and let you rub his belly. That's how much of a bitch he is.
Aww.
He's
I love dogs.
he just. I just want to get to a place where I can let them run free,
Hmm.
and I can grow my vegetables and listen to music, and I see the job that I do, I can do it remotely. Like
Hmm.
I'm talking to you, we're not even in the same state. So I made a job for myself where I can work anytime, because the actual studio is upstairs. That's
Hmm.
Jazz's studio is upstairs. I've dismantled all that, and I'm just working now with my PC right now. I got a bunch of crap that I can hook up, but I don't have to. I'm not in the right frame of mind to hook all
Hmm.
this stuff up. I just want to get the message out now. That I'm here. If you want to talk, come talk to me. Let's see if we can hash some shit out. We can help each other. Because being honest, to me, if you get your music career going, I'm cool. I'm in the background laughing my ass off. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy. I'm the one in the front row telling me something. That's my bitch. You know what I mean? No, seriously, that's who I am. I'm not that one. I'm not looking for nothing from you.
Hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? I
Hmm.
want you to, I want you to, I want you to go forth and kick them doors in. I expect to see some. Oh, I already saw that. Let me see what else. Let's say I'm talking to you. What you say? We look, bro, bruh.
We got you, Rich.
We got you. We got you for real. Seriously. What time is it anyway? What time of day? What time? It is
It's
one
one.
in the girl. You know what? We knew that this was gonna be a good conversation, though. We
Yeah.
did, but it took us 2 days to get it done because we both flaky. Plus, never came because you say, I got to get the girls down for bed. I say, I need to go to bed too. Wait a minute, man. Well, you laying them down, I'm going to take a quick nap, So, yeah, because it's because I'm old.
Mm-hmm.
It's because I'm old. I'm looking for any reason to go to bed. So, yeah, any reason you can, hey, look, like you was telling me, well, girl, I'm cool. My bed is right there. My studio is right here. All I got to do is roll over. Throw my hat on my head. That's it. I'm good. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't never know anybody to come on here for anybody to feel like it's pressure.
Mm-hmm.
I always want people to feel like they're talking to a friend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Conversation for friends. And supporting people like we're supposed to support them.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's about. And I'm hoping that I'm thinking about doing the live Thursday during the J6 thing. They're going to do it around 8-9 o'clock Thursday. They're going to be live. I think I'm going to run. I think I'm going to run my live that night so people can actually watch with me. You know what I mean? Because we need to see what Trump did. We need to understand that it could have been a lot worse than what it was. He was actually trying to pull a coup on the government of the United States. And people need to know how important how dangerously close he came to getting away with it. I mean, you got the CIA in this mess. The CIA is running around deleting text messages. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
So when you think about stuff like that, and then you get with the Supreme Court, and then you got the Congress doing what they doing. What has Congress really done for us lately?
Yeah.
Be honest. What have they done since Obama was in office for the average person?
Mm-hmm.
You have to think about those things.
Well, I enjoyed this. I
know we have to go.
Yeah,
we have to go because it's getting late.
So
You have babies. You got to get up with those babies. So I'm going to tell everybody. I'm going to close the show out and say thank you for coming. I appreciate you. I want you to come back, and we're going to talk tomorrow about this music, and we're going to get some things together. And I want to tell everybody to hug your strongest friend.
Mm-hmm.
Check on them and make sure that they're okay. And we will see you guys next time. And I appreciate everybody that came by and just listen to us talk. I'm going to get everything done. I'm going to send you some links so you can see where everything is. But right now, everybody, I appreciate you coming. And I will see you next time on Conversation with Friends.
Thank you for having me.
Do you want to be in love with a real one? Or you just want to cut? Fuck laying the pipe. Love me for life. Keep seeing